Hello everyone and welcome to the Call of Duty Mobile Pro League Season 1 for North America, Week 1. I'm your host Dominic, joined by Niberia, and we will be starting out with a match between Tribe and Singularity.
Getting into it pretty hard and fast already, Dominic, but of course this is going to be the beginning of the NA tournament, so we don't know a whole lot about these teams yet so far. So I'm interested to see what their attempt at pushes are and what they've prepared today. Of course, we are starting off here on standoff. Already, first kill has gone down. Looks like there's going to be a whole lot of trouble here for SNG.
Yeah, Legacy is just 13 time rather is well, the Legacy going down first, 13 time, managing to stay alive reasonably well, but Gorilla Squad still taking out everyone on. Or sorry, Singularity take out everyone on Tribe very quickly.
Yeah, the full ace coming out, not usually how we see these rounds go down, but as soon as the plant went down, they were just stuck in their position, and Singularity capitalized on it, clearly acing Tribe. So they're going to have to try something a little bit different this time. Looks like they're still going to be going for this A push, however. Oh, not sure that's the right call, though, Dominic.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's Tribes and Singularity both pretty well even, 3-3. Singularity still waiting on that plant, though, but Tribe is not able to hold on to this. Graham's going down. Geo, the only one left, but 1v2. They might be able to pull it off reasonably well with some nice stealth going on here. They are looking to get a win from behind, quite literally, but it seems that Singularity has not wised up, in fact. This could very well work.
A plant's already down. 35 seconds left. It looks like Gio's going to be trying to push forward to it, but he's 1 versus 2. I don't think he's going to be able to clutch it out, but he's able to find one. Maybe Gio can clutch it out here, Dominic. 13 time, last one standing. Holy!
Nicely done. Gio with 20 seconds. Yeah, Gio with 20 seconds to spare, getting a great 1v2. I just love the fact that they did indeed go from behind. Like, we saw Singularity was just waiting for people to come in through the front yard area and just, no, Gio knew the map. Gio knew the map well enough to know what to do.
I was expecting him to push in a little bit earlier on that one, because when they're planting, you have a given moment of vulnerability because you have to stay in that one position, but actually it was on the defense, and Gio just waited to push it out, and despite his low health, he was just able to outmaneuver the side of Singularity and pull that one out from the back, and now already into round number 3, 3-4.
Yeah, again, Tribe is managing to pull a bit of an advantage. After that first round, they seem to be getting themselves well acquainted and coordinated. Just took that one round to really get the rust out.
That looks like Tribe in a better position this time. A lot of low health bars here on Singularity. Shadow and Decipher, the last two standing here. Bomb is on Decipher, so I want to see where he's going to be going with this.
Oof. Well, it does not matter. Getting aced.
Yep. Doesn't matter strategically. We've actually not seen the bomb actually be the cause for the win yet here, Dominic. 2-1 in favor of Tribe so far. Able to find that last one on the spray downs. I want to see them try and take the round a little bit slower this time.
Yo, you want to have the chance for the bomb to actually be planted?
Yeah, I want to see them play strategically around it.
I want to see a big explosion, you know, and have things actually matter with that. But, oof, that may not happen, though. Time is... Well, Time and Shadow are still left. Shadow is almost dead, but they are sniper. Just haven't gone down to Slothy. Time, only one left, and does not manage to stay alive. Unfortunately for them. Tribe going for that ace every time. I mean, that's one way to defend.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If you're able to find them on the push, as Tribe have been so reliably able to do, and you just get the better shootouts, what can Singularity do? There's only so much strategy you can pull off when you're man down. And at this point, it seems like Tribe figured out that that's their way to victory. Just go on the offense instead of push on defense.
Now, that being said, it looks like Decipher is managing to get decent... I mean, they have the bomb. They're holding on to it. They're trying to find an opening to get to... Looks like Objective B seems to be their focus.
Pushing in this time. They still have Decipher alive. But again, Tribe just keeps getting the better angles. Decipher, 1 versus 5. He's not going to be able to find it again, Dominic.
No, unfortunately, Decipher holding off on the side. They were not there with the rest of their team, so basically just they were left alone. The rest of their team went to die, and they couldn't do much about it.
I'm going to be paying very, very close attention to the positioning this time out of Singularity to see if they alter anything else. Looks like they're going for an A-side push, but the long angle, they get sniped down by Shadow, and already Singularity can't find anything. They're down 3 members.
It looks like Decipher wanted to do something kind of different, though, that time, because Decipher, they were leading the pack. They took point and figured, I'm just going to shoot through everything, and then I guess whoever's behind me grabs the bomb if I die. Well, whoever's behind them is Shadow and Sniper, the only one left, managing to get a good couple flick shots, but not that last one. Still 1v3, and unable to make it a 1v2 before they go down.
4 versus 3. 5-1 now in favor of Tribe. They're running away with the momentum. Singularity need to find a way to reset themselves and bring themselves back into this match so that they at least have a chance to bring it out. It is best of 3, Dominic.
best of
so
3.
Even if they lose this one, they're still in it.
They are, but I mean, you never really want to go down if you can avoid it, obviously. Like, best of 3 is all well and good, but they're only halfway through this round. Like, they could still turn this around. It's not like Singularity's halfway the count.
Looks like they've changed up their strategy a little bit, and it's already paying dividends for them. Instead of going for the A rush like they did last round, they're going for a slower push towards B. Decipher's playing very defensively here with the SMG, but it looks like the push is kind of falling apart as Decipher gets picked off.
Ooh. Yeah, and Mangoes as well is going up front, got already damaged. 13 times Shadow, the only ones left, and that's time down. Shadow is it on Sniper. Gets a nice flick shot, turning into a 1v2, so there is still an opening.
Yeah, he could turn it around. Here comes the angle from Marshy. He's going to be able to look for it here, but Shadow trying to creep it out. He's got 35 seconds to pull this one together.
And I don't think Tribe is really all that concerned. I mean, Marshy, they seem to have spotted Shadow, but just went back to say, you know what, let's just worry about the defense. Let's make sure that they can't plant the bomb, because they still have to do that.
This is so cute, playing around the statue. They're able to find better angles this way, and it looks like Shadow's able to pick one off. Dominic, it's the 1 versus 1.
It's the 1 versus 1. Shadow, do not go for that. I mean, they're going for the plant. They kind of have to, but at the same time, this is giving Geo the opening they need. However, that objective they're used as cover still works.
Geo, so low. Shadow might be able to find it. Singularity gets it.
Nice. Back on the board. Singularity 2 against 5 coming in from Tribes. But like I said, this round is not over yet.
That worked so much better for them in at least the initial phases of the round when they went for that slow B push. They got the first pick as Tribe rotated around the corner in the upper left-hand side of the map, and that allowed them to get better positioning. However, it sort of fell apart because Tribe immediately answered back with a few kills of their own. So this time, I expect they'll go for something similar, and it looks like they are. They've already found 2 on the side of Tribe.
Yeah, and so 4v3 in favor of Singularity, and Decipher, they're going for it through the smoke screen into objective B, but they are well protected. I was going to say, but it looks like coming in, no, Tribe is almost dead. Decipher has no real opposition.
4 members still up here for Singularity. This may be the point where they turn it around. They're already getting the plant down.
Yep, and Geo goes down, giving the ace and the win over to Singularity.
5-3 so far. It looks like Singularity pulling this one back out after a really, really rough start. They seem to have gotten their comms in order.
And I like that.
Keep going with this strategy until Tribe stops them.
It looks like Tribe, they're going hard on defense on A. They have a couple on B, mostly on A, and that makes sense. Legacy is looking to assault point A. But at the same time,
for me, oh, wow. What a frag.
That was a great frag. Legacy out in the open. The bomb is basically unattainable right now. Looks like Mangoes and Time are trying to find an angle to it, but it's just not happening.
Yeah, they're stuck in a really bad position right now because how are you going to be able to get to this? You have to just go for the straight up kills at this point, and they may be able to pull it out. 50 seconds remaining, and Tribe is just going down member by member. So Singularity, despite losing the bomb, may be able to hold on to the round.
Yeah, Mangoes is doing a fine job taking them out, but Geo and Gramps are, I mean, again, all they have to do is wait 36 seconds. As long as they can survive, they're fine.
Yeah, no one's going to be able to get themselves to the bomb. Well, Decipher's already gotten it. 30 seconds remaining. They could go for the sneaky plant on B, but this is a great angle that's being held here by Geo.
And that was the attempt. Geo manages to stop it completely, take out Mangoes, and 6 points. We see Tribe does not let themselves lose quickly or easily. Not more than twice.
That was a brilliant job there by Tribe. Because of where the bomb dropped, you saw there, Geo at the end of the round had sightlines on pretty much anywhere that Singularity could choose to go to plant the bomb. And as a result, he just waited until they went for the plant, got 1 pick, and waited again, got another one. This time they're going for the full rush, though.
Oh, and they are getting it, although it's 2-on-2. Completely going down. Legacy against Gramps takes them out, goes for a quick kill. We see this is just how Singularity does it. If they go for the kills, they seem to do a really fine job. If Tribe gets the opportunity to set up, then Tribe has been able to defend no problem. Although at this point, we are seeing Tribe is now on the attack. So
I want to see if they're going to try and copy the strategy, the same one that Singularity used in their more successful rounds. And it looks like they're going for the slower push towards A. So they are going the same strategic direction as Singularity. We'll see if they find more success with it.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough to say because right now, not a whole lot has actually been happening. Like,
nope, taking it very slow.
Yeah.
Well, they found the pick on the Shadow.
They
so
did.
at the very least, they have time to take it slower.
They do, but it's still, they have a minute. That's it. Oh, and the snipe coming in here from Legacy. Doing a very fine job on the sniper. Another flick shot does not manage to get, though, and that's actually not great. Legacy does need to get those flick shots in order to be able to even out the team numbers.
Yep, not going to be able to find it. At this point, it's going to be a 4 versus 2. Tribe taking this one slow, and it seems to be working out for them, having the man advantage. Now, Rim is absolutely safe to plant here, and Singularity have to go on the offensive. They're able to take down Rim, looks like with a grenade.
But at this point, Legacy, the only one left, goes down, and that is it. Again, Tribe takes another point.
And this is sort of what I was talking about when Singularity were on the offense, what I wanted to see them do. Take it slow, take it strategic. If you go for just, all right, let's run in 5v5, let's see what happens, you're taking 50-50s when you don't need to. If you can get the better positioning, you have the better advantage.
And once again, we are seeing a fairly slow, somewhat slow push from Tribe. They are much more coordinated, though.
Yeah, Slothy actually just ran through a smoke. I'm not sure how I feel about that one.
Yeah, that didn't really work out. Shadow managing to snipe out and Rim down. At this point, Gramps, the only one left, goes down as well to Legacy. So I kind of like the idea of coming in together from Tribe, but it, unfortunately, like going over the wall, neat idea, have the cover, but the headshot just came in strong and fast and took out the entire team.
It feels like they ran a little bit into a meat grinder, though, because as soon as Slothy rushed in, everyone else rushed in after, but it was a 3 versus 5 at that point. Singularity has sightlines on you. You're having to work against the advantage. What are you going to find here? How are you going to win this round? And it doesn't feel like Tribe had a strategy.
Indeed. It felt like Tribe just decided, we'll rush in, hope for the best. And, I mean, protect the bomb carrier seemed to be the main strategy, but again, they were all bunched up, and it was, like I said, the sightlines were not in their favor. It just became death. It's like World War I all over again.
Pushing towards A now. They'll be able to find 1 kill already towards this objective. Now Rim might be going for the plant already, going for... All right. Not ready just yet. Playing it slow. Going for the plant now. There's 40 seconds remaining. But Mango's last one standing there for Singularity. Not going to be able to find it.
So
I like that one a lot better.
Yeah, that round worked out much better. Tribe, they made sure to maintain a more intelligent position when it came to their bomb carrier. They did, like, they didn't really lose anyone, did they? They were just going in and playing it super safe.
And I think the key there was that Rim played it really safe as the bomb carrier. They waited, they found the 1 pick towards that A site, and then they just said, okay, if we have everyone else play around here, Rim can find a spot to plant it, and then the pressure is on Singularity. This time, though, already 4-3 in Tribe's favor.
Yeah, and Legacy Decipher, the only ones left. And this is almost match point.
Almost match point, 8-5 in favor of Tribe. Looks like they might be able to make it 9-5. It's a 3 versus 2 at this point. Decipher and Rim trying to shoot each other out. Meanwhile, across the rest of the map, Tribe's losing members. Rim goes down as well. It's just up to Marshy to 1v2 clutch this.
And Marshy does have a great angle on Decipher, but loses it, giving Decipher a major opening. Looks like Decipher is going to be coming around the corner, and Marshy, obviously they can't see it coming. Don't have a UAV set up, but if they did, well, to be fair, even if they don't, they're still being very careful. Like, they know Decipher is in that building somewhere, and trying to go for that flick, does not get it. Decipher instead takes them out.
Marshy, no. That was good from Singularity there. At that point, as soon as you're in that 2 versus 1 position, it is so easy to just turtle and wait it out because you know Marshy's going to have to come in there. Marshy has to make an aggressive push or Tribe just loses the match no matter what. So you have the advantage. You know where he can come from. Just wait it out. Set it up. As soon as he walks in, you're at an advantage.
Yeah, and that is exactly how things went down. But now Rim once again playing it in the back, being very careful. Marshy trying to cover. Okay, Marshy working to clear up point A. Point B is much more defended. So if Legacy goes down, that is going to give Rim a massive opening, which Rim appears to be looking to take advantage of. Coming in to support Marshy. while the rest of
Oh,
Singularity
no.
realizes this is the objective, but no, goes down. Marshy still up. Still managing to get some damage done. Decipher goes down in the process of defending. 13 Time is the only one left on Singularity. Gets taken out as Tribe takes the, well, second to last round, potentially.
Match point now for Tribe there. That was beautifully done because Singularity were all clustered around that A point. Soon as they found the angle to push out, you know they're going to have someone on pivot to check for someone aggressing on to B. So now you know that you have at the very least 4 versus 3 advantage, and they took it slow and pushed in forward. And ultimately, it just ended up taking out everyone one by one. But this time, they've already lost a member on the push. Now 2. This is going to be really hard for Tribe.
Rim going into the center, trying to maintain cover in the buildings. It's not a bad idea. Getting flushed out, however. Mango's just ready, waiting for someone to come around. Does get around the back. Getting rid of the bomb carrier, putting the bomb really behind enemy lines at this point means that Tribe is going to have to rely on Geo getting a 1v3, and that is not happening. So Singularity maintains this round, maintains the possibility of winning.
Now, Singularity keeping themselves in the game, as you said, 7-9. Still Tribe's match point. It's anyone's game. Everyone's starting out with their grenades at this point, looking for an offense, but I don't think they're going to be able to find it just yet.
Now, again, looks like Rim and Marshy both looking for point A, and the possibility of that. Legacy on defense. Decipher looking to pivot into that, and it's not going to work. Decipher goes down, as does Legacy, giving Rim the opening. From here, they
Tribe in a 4 versus 2 now. This is match point. They need to clutch this out on Singularity. The plant's already going down. There's the plant on A. 54 seconds, 13 Time. The only one left standing, but that's not going to be enough. Is Tribe pick up the first point.
Well done to Tribe. They take game 1 very much in their favor. So we are going to be going from here to a short commercial break before moving into the next round. So we will have that. Watch the commercial, do what it tells you, because that's how commercials work, and then we'll be back. So stay tuned.
Don't go anywhere.
Do you have what it takes to compete against the best in the world? The best in the world. Can you make it to the top 100 in your region? How about the top 5% on your favorite console? Find out by competing on the most competitive platform in the world. DrBattles.com is where competition lives.
DrBattles.com, where competition lives.
And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that piece of crass commercialism, as we are going to be returning to the... You can tell my opinions and stuff. You can... Sorry, I'm wearing it on my sleeve. And we are going to be... So, I think... Back to the game, though, Never Tribe, I really liked the way that they adapted. Like, they were clearly the stronger team when it came to the main offense. They were clearly the stronger team when it came to understanding the map positioning, and there were a couple rounds where I felt like they got a bit cocky, like that one round where 4 of them just came in around the corner and all got slaughtered.
Yeah.
But it felt like they knew what they were doing. What do you think about Singularity, though?
So I think the problem for Singularity came in the early rounds when they were on offense. It didn't feel like they had a coherent strategy to push onto that site, and they kept altering their strategy, which is great if you found one of your strategies isn't working. But my problem comes when I feel like they didn't have a set push that they had in mind in the first place. Because while it's very strong to be able to adapt on the fly, the most success you're going to have when you have a battle plan in action. And I think it took Singularity way too long to build that up. Whereas Tribe, when they were on the offense, seemed to have much more coherent plans much faster. That said, as soon as it was switching to Tribe on offense, Singularity picked up their game, and they seemed to have a much better time of it. They did a great job punishing, as you said, that one round where Tribe went in sort of willy-nilly as a 3-person group and just dove right in. And they were able to capitalize on that and hold them back for a while. So I think if the early rounds go a little bit better here on Raid, for Singularity, they have a great chance of bringing this one back and tying it up 1-1.
I agree, but Singularity is going to have to really come through because, I mean, they are down a point. That is the key thing here. And Tribe, they know it. They're apparently missing a player. So I imagine we're going to have a restart pretty soon.
They'll come back. It takes a little bit to load sometimes.
Oh,
so
I see. Okay. I thought there was a straight up disconnection. We had to go back to lobby. All right, good. We don't.
No, not yet. Thank goodness.
All right. Whew. That was worrisome. So now on Raid, a bit more of an open map. It's going to be, like we saw before, there was a huge amount of advantage taken from buildings, from windowsills, from having cover. And here, it's just that much more open. I don't know about you, Niberia, but I feel like Singularity is going to have a bit of an easier time here.
Yeah, it looks like they have a strategy in place already, pushing 4 onto B, and they did a great job doing that very aggressively. Tribe weren't ready for it, and as a result, they're already down to just 2 players. So great first round coming out so far here from Singularity, much better than we saw in the first set of games.
Yeah, Singularity has the plant going. They just have to wait 40 seconds, and they are already running 3v2 as well. Geo and Gramps, the only ones left. Gramps on Sniper, looking for some kind of angle, getting flushed out by a grenade, being heavily damaged. Legacy going in, try to take that kill, does nail it, and that gives the ace.
I really liked that adaptation there from Singularity to send Legacy in after Gramps, because your worst case scenario there, if you have essentially a 3 versus 2, your worst case scenario after that second person dies, you have a 3 versus 1. If you lose someone, you still have a man advantage. But if you go in, you distract them, you flush them out. You just have to wait out a 20-second timer. So worst case scenario, if you can't even get the kill, if you can stall them and chase them out for just 15 seconds or so, they're left with 2 choices. You either lose the round alive or you suicide push in. So great capitalization there from Singularity.
Yeah,
now they're going to try and take the same strategy again, but it looks like it's been thwarted a little bit with better defensive positioning from Tribe.
Yeah, Tribe is going, almost looks like double sniper. Gramps does go down, but Rim and Gramps are both focusing on that, making sure that cover work, but now it is still 5v4, and Rim trying to find a better sniper position than they had thus far. Same time, though, we do see just not really a whole lot of pushing. It's just jockeying for position.
They're taking it slow. They've pushed already through the courtyard. They've made it to the other side, but it looks like as they try and push towards A, Geo just comes out and takes them down. It's a 3 versus 3 at this point, and Tribe are trying to pincer around. They might be able to find this. 1-for-1 trade goes down. It's a 2 versus 2 now, Dominic. Who's going to come out on top? It's anyone's game.
Legacy takes out Geo. Marshy left all on their own, going in for the crouching. They do manage to avoid getting sniped by 13 time, or flanked rather by 13 time, and that keeps them alive.
That was a great spray down. Weren't quite able to find it. When you're in that position, the best you can kind of hope for is exactly what happened, where you can take out at least one. But he wasn't able to stop the plant, and at that point, you have the better positioning, because the plant is the biggest point of contention at any point during search and destroy, because you have one member who essentially can't do anything. So that's when you need to make your aggressive plays. That's when you need to hunt in, and ultimately, they didn't have the man advantage. They didn't have the positioning to capitalize on it.
And that was something that Tribe just clearly was on top of this time. They knew exactly what to go for positioning. It just ultimately didn't work because they did lose. They lost Gramps, and then later on lost Marshy, and ultimately just came down to some great 2v2s.
I'm watching the defense here from Marshy and Slothy as well here from Tribe, because this is what we've seen both rounds, but I wanted to see from their perspective what it looks like. And it's just Singularity don't feel aggressive enough to get through this corridor unscathed because of where this is being held. They have a full angle on everything around them. So you need to take it very slow if you're going to try and capitalize on it, and you need to confuse them. It looks like they're going for a split around. They may be able to find it. Gramps gets taken down on the push, but so does Decipher.
It still works out, though. That is Rim and Geo. The only ones left is 4v2, actually. Legacy still alive. Then it looks like they're going for the plant. And with that, the advantage still goes into Singularity's favor. Geo goes down. Rim is the only one left. And that might work out. They have some decent cover, but they weren't able to take out Mangoes. They aren't able to take out Shadow. And now the entire opposing team is at full health. 13 time takes out the last member. 4v1 end for Singularity. Brilliant win.
This is really good play from Singularity. They've gotten 3 rounds in a row off the same principle, which is you push as 5 through the courtyard, and as long as you can get through there defensively, you have so many more aggressive options for how you push. The two-man defense on point B was not working out for them, so it looks like Tribe have altered their strategy a little bit, and they're putting Slothy in the courtyard itself, but I'm not sure that's going to work out for them. As I say that, Legacy gets the kill.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It's difficult to fight as a corpse. Decipher looks now a bit more confident, being that they are a man advantage. And now Singularity going for that courtyard rush once again, although going for the courtyard flank rush. I like that. Time making sure to keep Marshy busy. Marshy is going to be... Actually, well, Geo going down. Marshy is able to heal up and run away. But now we have 5v2. Decipher going for that plant. And that just leaves Gramps and Marshy trying to find some kind of position. I mean, they have 40 seconds to take this out. And it's not looking great. Gramps going for the flick shot. Doesn't manage to nail the flick shot onto Legacy. Legacy now aware of positioning. And it's just a matter of waiting. 13 time. Nice flank kill.
Marshy, last one standing, not going to be able to find it. And from Singularity, that was really clever play. They had their bomb target, which I believe was Decipher.
Yep.
As they were taking that gunfight, as they passed through the pool, they sent everyone but Decipher in towards the courtyard to try and get the attention and aggression of Tribe. As that was happening, Decipher just slowly snuck through onto that bomb point and planted while the gunfight was going down. Since nobody died during it, that leaves you with an advantage, and suddenly, Tribe are the ones who are going to have to push into an already ready-to-defend Singularity.
And that's exactly what we saw, and it looks like that maybe what we're trying to see again. I mean, Tribe, they have a bit of a broader approach right now, and it looks like Tribe is... They're much more focused on point B this time around. We see that we have Slothy trying to do a bit of frontal assaults, but it's not working out. They do get killed off. Shadow goes down as well, however. But now with Rim and Geo looking to hold the line around point A, they do manage to actually hold on. Legacy, the only one left. Tribe could very well put themselves on the board this round.
This might be the first round that Singularity isn't going to pick up. Good defense here from Tribe, stopping the push, and it looks like there's Legacy. Can he find the kill? No, Legacy gets it. 1 versus 3 now. Uh-oh, he finds another one. Dominic, could he clutch this one out?
MSMC power.
Down. It's a 1 versus 1.
Oh man, Legacy. I mean, I've heard
seconds left.
I've heard horror stories about submachine guns in this game, but I didn't realize they were that scary. Whereas Legacy's got to be careful. They have 10 seconds.
Find out where Geo is.
Oh, they're going for the plant to try to buy some time.
The bomb.
Geo going in for the assault. Oh, Legacy, why are you planting on this side? Geo could totally stop you if they wanted to. And indeed, that's exactly what happens. Oh, if Legacy had planted on the other side, they'd have been fine.
He had no idea where the enemy was, so he didn't know which side was safer, and he just ended up picking the 50-50 wrong and getting taken down. But my God, that round was so much closer than it needed to be because Legacy just absolutely destroyed Tribe.
Yeah, absolute MVP right there. Just showing off what the submachine guns in this game can do, because like they are, especially in these close quarters where you don't have to worry about accuracy so much. It's like that's what Legacy was taking full advantage of.
Yeah, and it looks like a different push coming in here from Singularity. Despite the last time not quite working out, they want to go for an entirely different strategy this time. Should be able to get the plant here as Gramps goes in, tries to get the kill. It's not going to matter much, though, because Gramps goes down.
It looks like Singularity just decided, you know what, again, with that distraction strategy, let Decipher go around the back. Don't really pay attention too much to it. I mean, really, it's all comes down to, what is it, point? It seems to be point B every time.
Yeah.
And that's just what Decipher wants to do. Every time.
Well, every time they get around, there's always a defensive squadron sitting at point B, and what ends up happening is Singularity is just like, okay, then let's push on to A. And every single time, they seem to be able to get these picks in the corridors, and this time it's a 1-for-1 at the very least, but in the spray down, Tribe loses another one. So 3 versus 3 almost. Decipher still alive. Not going to quite get fragged out.
No, unfortunately, Gramps not managing to nail those flick shots.
Oh, but Shadow goes down. This could be good here.
Decipher to firefight with
They
Rim.
see Slothy.
They see Slothy. They see Rim. Slothy goes down to Decipher. Decipher takes out Rim as well. Gramps being, again, the only one left.
Versus 2. Tim versus Gramps at this point. 13 time as well. It's going to be able to pick up Gramps. That's 6-1 in favor of Singularity. This is such a dominating lead from Singularity. If I were Tribe, I'd be getting a little terrified right now.
Yeah, I would probably be taking Gramps off Sniper, probably putting... I think Rim was showing really good performances. Rim and Geo were showing really good performances on Sniper. And then just have, I don't know, maybe have Gramps run in, because it seems like Gramps going on Sniper is not really helping. They tend to be the last one alive, so it's effectively a 4v5 going into this fight.
Well, this is interesting. A B push here, straight out the gate from Singularity. They might be able to find the spray downs. Not quite, but Marshy gets flanked down. 3 versus 3 remaining here. The bomb is down, however, so there's going to be good pickup there from the side of Singularity. We'll get the bomb back in their possession, and now it's up to Mangoes to get it to where it needs to go. And once again, A is the place to drop it.
Yeah, and Mangoes putting themselves in a much better position as far as cover goes, because at this point, all of Tribe is, again, on point B. All of Tribe is on point B. Now
they have time to rotate to A, though.
They do have time,
They've got
but
35 seconds to push into this.
They do have time to do the man advantage. That is true. Legacy, however, is still ready, getting that grenade to make sure just to stop Gramps from doing too much scary stuff. But that's not enough. Legacy goes down. Mangoes is now the only one left. The defuse, however, not able to happen. Gramps dies in the slide. Geo, the
1v1
remaining member, and takes it.
Geo should be able to get the defuse in time here. 12 seconds left in the round. Geo clutching that one out for his team, finally. Tribe going to get their second win of the game so far. 6-2 in favor of Singularity still.
Yeah, that match just looked super close, though. Like, I didn't even feel like a major strategic difference. It, again, was a mass hyper-focus on point B, and the rotation to point A worked out, but it was really close. It just came down to that spray down between Geo and Time.
Yep. Now, it looks like Tribe going back to the same setup they've been running for the past few matches. Going to be another B rush here. It seems like from the entirety of Singularity, so I don't think there's enough members. I say that, though, but they already pick off 2 from Singularity. Only 2 members remaining now. This push really did not work out for them this time.
No, and if you were saying, it was all in point B, but actually Gramps and Rim were on point A. So they were clearly baiting out some assault from Singularity. Like, Tribe knows Singularity will go to point B to distract, and that actually didn't work out so well. Tribe was ready for it.
And now it's really hard for Singularity. You're down 2 members as well, but they know exactly where you want to be, which is on that B site where the bomb is. And look how many sight lines there are on that bomb. You have Gramps, Slothy, and Geo in the area, and there's only 3 places they can come from. You've got 3 people trying to shoot them. So how are you going to find the last person? They are able to find a pick on the rotate while they were trying to hunt down the members of Singularity, but now it's up to 13 time in Decipher to try and get the kills here, but they only have 18 seconds left.
Well, they're going for it. Decipher goes with that push and looks desperately for the sightlines. Does not find the right ones in time. 13 time might be a little bit more lucky. Goes for Slothy, but gets hit from behind by Geo, giving Tribe once again another round.
That was really terrifying to watch from the perspective of 13 because you can look and you saw off to his left there's one. Oh no, he sees a sniper in the window. Oh no, to his right there's someone else with a gun at his face, and he ends up there's no way you clutch that one out at this point.
But it's like, turn to the right, deal with and then shot in the back of the head.
But now Tribe going to be on the offensive, going to try their own flavor of the strategy, and while we do see what that is,
oh, Mango's on.
To find the pick. 13 time.
Yeah, 13 time and Mango's both. They know exactly what's going on, and Mango's already on that A point. The plant, however, has occurred. Pressure is on Singularity.
Gramps not able to find the flick, gets taken out, and now Tribe gets taken down. And I want to say, though, as the defuse comes out and Singularity pick up their 7th round, they seem to have practiced this map significantly more than they did Standoff. They have had very prepared strategies. They've done very well at adapting to all the changes that come out from Tribe, and Tribe look a little lost in comparison.
I mean,
whereas in the first map, it felt like Singularity didn't have much.
And it just seems like Tribe, like I said before, Tribe does seem to do really well in tighter corridors or where there's a lot of cover, and Raid does not provide anywhere near as much as Standoff does.
No. Standoff is very, very close all of the time. And it looks like Tribe actually might be getting the advantage this time. The snipes coming out from Gramps have proven pretty effective, but he gets taken down finally. Going to be looking for the angle here. Is Shadow trying to find the snipe.
Gramps doing well.
Dodged out.
Oof. Legacy getting a nice kill there, putting it in 3v2. Geo
2 versus
trying
3,
to
Singularity.
Get the shot. Oof, Legacy and Mango's so low. Need to regen health. Mango's goes down in the process, actually. Slothy, however...
Uh-oh. So does Mango's.
Legacy is the only one left. Does briefly spot Slothy, but doesn't quite know where Slothy is going. Does get that flick off. Nice 360, or nice 180 rather, the last second. Actually, really was
Legacy
360.
barely
They did turn
alive.
both
Needs to
directions.
regen as best he can. The spray's not going to land on him. Legacy picks it up and clutches it out. 8-3 in favor of Singularity.
Oof.
We're approaching match point fast.
We are, and I'm not really sure what to say for Tribe because, I mean, they're trying a lot of different strategies. They went for a bit more of a passive, slower thing this time around. It looks like they're going for much more of a flanking strategy. I mean, Rim being protected, going in immediately for point A. But, of course, we already have, we have some defense on point A. We have Mangoes with that sightline, or very nearly having a sightline at point A. And looks like we're just waiting for that bomb plant before we actually get something. And Mango's goes down. Tribe looks like once again they're managing to get a lot of kills. Legacy once again being the last one alive, but this wouldn't be the first time they've clutched it out. And it looks like
Legacy
1v2 won't be the last.
Plant's going down, but there's the nade as well. Can he find it?
No.
Nope. Not quite going to land.
Yeah, not quite the right throw angle. The plant, however, having been completed, that means this is now officially a 1v2.
Picking up the sniper. Oh, boy.
Oh, they have the sniper, but I think Rim saw them. Yep, Rim saw it. Legacy knows Rim saw them. Legacy just trying to find a better angle so they can evade capture, but they don't manage to do that. Get sniped.
Oh. Good job, Gramps.
Yeah, Gramps. Okay, I take back what I said. Gramps does fine on sniping. They just had a few bad rounds.
Gramps has been taking his vitamin pills.
Yep.
Eating his carrots. Making sure. Easy pick off there. Now, Singularity have their momentum slowed a little bit here. Tribe on the offensive once again.
Oh, Gramps goes down, forgetting that eating carrots would only help you with night vision, not necessarily day vision.
And not even realizing that that was World War II propaganda about radar. So really, Gramps, get some radar.
Yeah. Wait, really?
That's the real answer to these problems. But now,
I mean,
Tribe,
that's a score thing. The score bonus to the UAV, which not being used. I think it's available.
2 versus 2 now. Slothy and Marshy versus Mangoes and Decipher.
Ooh,
Oh, there's
Slothy.
Decipher. Gets picked off. This isn't good.
Slothy versus Mangoes. Mangoes gets a flank on Slothy, putting Marshy as the only one left in the team, and that is match point for Singularity.
Singularity just with the better spray down in that one. Now it just came down to gunplay, and they ended up winning it.
Well, with that, Singularity looks like to be poised to even out this entire match.
Would tie it up 1-1 if they're able to take this one out.
Yep, and once again, we have looks like one of those more concentrated raid approaches coming in from Tribe. They are looking to push for point A. Looking to distract, actually, on point A, but Rim not confident they can go for the plant before they get caught out. Geo going for the defense, but they've already lost 2. Rim goes down as well. Gramps and Geo the only ones left, and Gramps taking out Legacy. Nice flick shot on that. Mangoes, however, takes out
Gramps.
And Geo's the only one left. Geo, the only hope for their team. Shadow cuts that hope short. And with that, Singularity has now taken the first round.
All right,
for them.
1-1.
The second round.
Singularity versus Tribe. That was just so infinitely better of a map there for Singularity.
Yeah, Singularity just had that. I'm not sure what they were exactly doing there because Singularity, I'm not going to lie, Singularity, they knew everything. They were completely on point. They had everything sorted out for their own practice. They had everything they needed to make sure that they kept that advantage. I mean, heck, they were close to shutting out Tribe.
Yeah, they had it up to, I think, 5-1 at one point. So it was close. Ended up being 10-4. So still had a great round, but we're going to toss it to commercial break, I believe, after this. And then we'll be back with more analysis and the final map of Tribe versus Singularity.
Do you have what it takes to compete against the best in the world? The best in the world. Can you make it to the top 100 in your region? How about the top 5% on your favorite console? Find out by competing on the most competitive platform in the world. DrBattles.com is where competition lives.
DrBattles.com, where competition lives.
And we are back. Welcome back. We have more people shooting each other for your amusement. This Tribe and Singularity will be trying to figure out who wins in this tiebreaker round. As we are again still week 1 of the Call of Duty Mobile Pro League Season 1 North America. And I am still Dominic. I'm still with Niberia.
You made it sound so much darker. These are fun video games. Don't gotta make it sound like it's Saving Private Ryan.
I mean, that was Call of Duty 1.
And we can see the loss of life inherent in war. Let's all reflect for a few moments.
We can see the loss of life inherent in war, as the point bonus
and the
allows.
pixels lost, and the lives squandered.
And the point bonuses, leading to random search and destroy missiles in the battlefield.
Yeah, I can't do the last one. It's a little high, but you know, I figured taps is important.
Thank you. Oh, wait.
Good. We've properly honored everyone, and now we just get back to shooting people with. We're not going to think about it too much, because if we think about it too much, we might get a little bit depressed, and it's really not the vibe we're going here for the Pro League tournament. Here, the first one in NA. We're supposed to be hyped. It's supposed to be Tribe. It's supposed to be versus Singularity. It's 1-1, and we're here in the final map, a firing range for this map.
And already we're seeing Singularity going for much more of really another 5-person aggressive push along the side. I don't have good hopes for this. Marshy, however, goes down. So, at the same time, though, that's time down. Legacy and Mango's nearly dead. This is not a great start for Singularity, but they're managing to hold up. It's just the firefight, though. This is all it is. Apparently we're not playing the same mode. Like we're just gonna be playing frontline now.
No, this is like TDM level of rush, but
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
seem like it's actually going to work out for Singularity. O'Shadow's the last one left, and he's just got a sniper rifle. Oh, he's able to find the angle though.
Good flick. Very good flick.
Okay. All right. I'll buy it. 1 versus 1 now. Tribe versus Singularity.
Oh, no,
Sniper versus
Shadow's got
SNG.
this. They have the angle. They don't know where Rim is, but they came in the right way to find them. Rim is just waiting, constantly going, no,
Oh, no.
They're gonna find me. Nope.
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
Rim! Never mind! The camping paid off!
That was beautiful from Rim, but that was just so sad to watch if you were looking from the
Which I was.
from Shadow's perspective.
I
It's like,
absolutely was. It's like, oh no, Shadow, we're just gonna see him
Are
go
they
for that
here?
great flick, and nope, dead.
Rim was just like, there's one angle that they can possibly come from, and I'm gonna make sure they die in it.
Yeah.
And you know what? They did. What was that
And-
jump shot? That was.
Ooh. Well, I don't know, because I mean, saying before though, we're talking about how Tribe seems to do better in more areas with cover and corridors, and this does seem like more of that kind of place. There's limited angles. There's not a whole lot of approach point, like not a lot of approaches. The Tribe is really doing a great job holding their position.
Yeah, and Tribe actually has Slothy here on the pivot in the middle of the map, just trying to take down members as they pass by, trying to scout for more information. That seems to be working out for them pretty well. It's especially working out better this time than last time because there isn't a rush that they have to respond to quickly. But that
Right.
said, Mango's and the rest of Singularity are having a little bit of trouble getting some motion going in this round. There's 30 seconds remaining. They need to start moving now, but they've already lost one. They find another on the trade, but this is a 3 versus 4 at this point in favor of Tribe.
And that was, like, they're trying to find motion, as you were saying. They go to find that motion. They do manage to take out a couple more. That's 3v2. Legacy going for the plant, but it's extremely risky as they're the only ones left in the team, and they do not manage to get it. 10 seconds on the clock. They could not go for that plant. They couldn't really go for the kills either.
Yep, great defense there from Tribe. They've done a whole lot better on this map, and it's a little early to call this. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But Singularity seem to be struggling again with the map in terms of their plans because they've been altering significantly their plan of approach every single time. But it looks like finally they found one that works out for them as they pick off 2 people on the approach to A.
Oh, hyper aggressive though. Legacy going for the plant without even worrying about anything. They know they had the man advantage. They're taking full advantage of that. Geo and Marshy, the only ones left. Marshy getting taken by a grenade. Still has a bit of health. They're not dead yet, but they've got to be careful. And Geo, unfortunately, not able to be supported by their teammate, goes for the spray fight, but time again forces them back.
All these angles are being held pretty well. Geo, the last one standing. 1 versus 4, finds 13 time. Might be able to find another across the range, but that's a very short-range weapon in a very, very long angle. I don't think this is going to be one that Geo can clutch out. 8 seconds remaining. They need to go on the offensive as hard as they can, but it ain't
that
gonna be
wasn't
enough.
possible. Like the actual, I experimented it earlier. If you defuse the bomb, the timer still keeps going, so you can get blown up while defusing the bomb.
Yep.
So Geo was kind of already dead.
That's the sound of a man who's accidentally done that very thing before. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for Geo, I guess, not going to have to deal with that heart-wrenching loss. Instead, going to have to deal with a regular kind where you just die.
Bullet in the face. As they just dealt with right now, as the Cypher put more bullets into their face.
Yeah, I think that's the strategy here. I think Singularity needs to put more bullets in Tribe's faces if they want to pull this one back. And it seems like the bullets are going in the right faces this time. And Rim has to 1 versus 3 to get it out.
Oh, but Rim on the trade. They got a bullet in their opponent's faces while the bullets were entering their own. But Singularity, with fewer bullets in their own faces, manages to clutch that round. Tying it up, actually.
Tying it up 2-2 at this point. Now we have to look towards another push. Not going to go quite as aggressive as last time, but they are going to be pushing towards A once again.
Oof.
Legacy going to be picked off on the approach, but Rim instead going to be the trade. So it's 4 for 3 at the moment. 3 versus 3. Still going to be pushing towards this A point, and Singularity are sticking very close together.
And Singularity
Marshy going to be looking for the flank.
Oh no, they're not holding. That's not working out for them though. Geo and Marshy both are set up for this. Marshy managed to pick off Shadow, goes down themselves, but trades Mango and survives. Marshy with the grave kill for the win.
That was brilliant smoke usage coming out there from Tribe. They utilized it so well to find the flank onto Singularity. And as soon as it cleared, Singularity all just dropped down immediately. So great utility usage there from the side of Tribe.
And that's going to be interesting to try to repeat, though. Tribe again taking the advantage, but it is a close run thing as Magnus and Shadow pushing forward quite heavily on different sides of the map. And looks like Slothy, they're kind of trying to go for that rotate again, trying to find something. They do actually manage to take out Mangoes, but they themselves are heavily damaged in the process.
Yeah, it looked like Singularity made the call to try and pincer in onto Slothy in the middle of the map, try and get the pick, and then push through that way now that the pivot's no longer there. But as a result, Slothy actually got the angle first and got the kill. And now Singularity don't have anyone to push with. They're down to just 2 members, and Tribe still have all 5. So that plan to take out Slothy just really backfired pretty hard for them.
And it's pretty clear that Tribe is aware 13, like, time has to go for a kill, like 5v1. Time has to kill someone, everyone, really. Oh, and gets out Slothy, ironically enough. But have 30 seconds to get 4 kills.
I mean, hey, it is technically possible.
It is technically possible. It is very difficult, especially the 2v1 here, which Tribe takes handily.
Not quite going to happen as Tribe picks up the 4th point of this match. Now, it looks like I think we need to see Singularity adjust the strategy a little bit, because going for Slothy just was not working that time, whereas Tribe seemed to have a very strong defensive strategy this game. They go for the same thing roughly every time, put Slothy in the middle of the map, put 2 on B, 2 on A, and then rotate accordingly to what Slothy's going to be able to find out. But Rim gets taken down before the push happens, and now Singularity going to go for a hard push onto A.
Oof. And it does not work. Legacy and Decipher go down immediately. Time goes down soon afterwards. Mango's the only one left after Shadow is picked up, trying to get some snipes in. But Shadow, they managed to kill off a few, but still Tribe with 2 members left takes the round again on an elimination.
So I think, honestly, that was a really good strategy, a really good adaptation there from Singularity. But the problem was they adapted a little bit too quickly, if that makes any sense, because they saw that they got the pick as they rotated, and then they all immediately rushed towards A. But it didn't seem like they had put a lot of consideration into that rush because they weren't planning for it. You know, you do what you can with the information you have. The information you have is someone's down. It looks like they found the snipe once again onto Rim, so they might go for it again. Hopefully this time they're a little bit more careful about their angle of approach.
And it seems like they are, although Mangoes will be going down. Their death is not in vain, and now we are in a 4v2 situation in favor of Singularity, and the plant happens. Slothy does manage to get some kills, but they go down thanks to Decipher. Geo now the one last member of the team fighting a 1v3, and they are fighting against Time.
We've seen Geo, well, you know, actually Time's already dead, but, you know, Decipher, Shadow, and Legacy, yeah, fighting against them. Geo, we've seen them try and clutch this out before, but having used such a short-range weapon, it's so hard with these longer angles. Ooh. They find a shorter one, but it's not going to be enough because there's 3 people in that trailer. So Singularity going to pick up their 3rd point so far.
Yep. Although I gotta say that trailer is a bit over capacity. It's not.
Yeah, I think we might need to call OSHA about that. I don't know if OSHA operates within the constraints of firing ranges, but I'm sure someone does.
You know, it's got to be some like military safety thing, you know.
Yeah, I wonder. Hold on, we're gonna figure this out as Singularity figures out how they're gonna approach without Shadow.
Yep, and well, I mean, without Shadows, at least you're not being given away as easily. Oof, and that does indeed work. Mango's not given away at all. Gets the nice backyard kill, a nice flank. Gets another kill off the counter flank, really, allowing for the bomb to be planted on a 4v2 situation. Geo and Marsha being the only ones left. Geo going in for a grenade to try to clear out something, but unfortunately the grenade's not really near anybody. Kind of misses the trailer completely.
Geo and Marsha are going to do their best to get in here, but not sure how they're going to find an angle to get in because all of them are being held here, especially in the trailer. They already find one. Geo, last one standing again.
It looked like Geo and Marsha were going for a flank in the trailer, trying to hit from both sides at once, and that didn't work. Like, they just didn't go simultaneously. That was the problem. Like, they seemed to be maybe trying to go simultaneously. They just didn't.
Yeah, Mangoes, especially early on when he got that hold in the trailer, just absolutely split the game wide open for Tribe because that's a 1 versus 2 that you win. As soon as someone wins a 1 versus 2, gets both kills, your strategies are so much more limited for the rest of the map, and they just couldn't find a way around it. Now, Slothy gets sprayed down here.
Yep, time down as well in response.
Down for Tribe.
Oh, Rim goes down. Geo on top of that, grabs the other one left, and does not survive even long enough for me to switch to first-person view on them as they get tied up. Singularity 5-5 on the defense.
Yeah, I don't think Tribe's offense is really working out for them very well here. It's already lost them very quickly, so I want to see them take a little bit of a slower approach this time, plan it out a little bit better. Their defense was very well planned, but on the offense side, I'm not seeing a whole lot of promise. Oh no, Slothy gets taken out from the middle of the map. Great snipe there coming out.
Well, at this point, that's not so much the pivot. I mean, remember, this is on offense for Singularity, but now for Tribe, but now they've lost another member. Rim's still around. Rim's still looking to try to find a plant on, looks to be B, considering the proximity. Time is ready for them, though. Waiting, trying to find a good angle to work with, and they find it. Geo goes down immediately, doesn't even see it coming off the slide. Rim does have the advantage angle-wise, but it does not matter. Just absolutely perfect play from Singularity.
Great pincer maneuver there from them. As soon as they saw everyone locked down on the side of Tribe, they knew exactly how to get through to them. And those little micro adjustments in strategy are what I want to see more of coming out successfully. And I feel like this game, Singularity have been showing it a lot better on defense than they have on offense.
And that's what keeps happening. And they are on defense now for what may be the remainder of the round. And that is, bear in mind, this is game point.
Yeah, 1-1 for both of these teams. But the offensive push, immediate rush onto B, looks like it's worked out here for Tribe. They've only lost 1 so far, found 2 kills on their own. But Rim, very low. This might be the time that Singularity trades it back out.
Oof. And by low, you mean dead. Slothy and Geo up. There's 2v2. There's an option. Mango's is the only one left now on Singularity. That defense is not quite working out as well, and Tribe takes them out, tying up the round once again.
Slothy just had a beautiful turnaround. I don't know if you guys got to see it on the mainstream, but
sorry, I missed that.
Slothy was running away, saw Mango behind them, and then immediately 180'd directly to headshot.
Ooh. Yeah, we saw that in the last map too, actually. That was, I think, Legs that pulled off that 180, but still.
Yeah. Going for a rush on A this time. It looks like Tribe feels the power of the rush going through them. They're able to pick off Mangoes already, and now they found a defensive position within the trailer, able to get a kill again, and now only 2 members remaining. This is really troublesome here for Singularity.
Yeah, Time is the only one left. They're now in fighting against Time, but it is going to be a win for Tribe as they take back this round, at least 7-6.
It feels like Tribe are hitting their stride a little bit with this strategy. I don't think Singularity know how to defend against these rushes.
I'm not sure, because one of the key elements to me is that Slothy came in on Legacy, and Legacy, while they had the angle, didn't get the shot in properly. So I think Legacy is going to be a bit more mindful of that. And if Slothy goes down, that's a lot of damage that is removed.
It's a very slow rush coming out here, but they are going to go 5 people towards B. They might be able to pick out Decipher here, and if they are, that's an easy lead. But no, Decipher picks one up, so now it's a 4 versus 4.
Yeah, Decipher got the trade before they got flanked. Though Time being taken out as well, opening the path for Rim, but Rim goes down! Back to 3v3. Geo is not a great angle for Mangoes. Mangoes, I don't think, is aware of them, though, as Mangoes and Shadows are the only one left, Legacy having gone down. Again, it looks like Slothy did manage to pull off that kill on Legacy, probably. But it's still 40 seconds. That plant needs to happen.
3 versus 2 here for Tribe. Despite the initial rush going poorly. Oh, beautiful snipe cross map.
Ooh. Gramps takes it. Right. Excellent defense coming there from the point, making sure the bomb could be planted.
8-6 now. Almost match point here for Tribe. This rush strategy seems to be working out, but they need to figure out where they're going to rush, because last time I think that was the reason for the pause, was they waited until they saw someone at A. Now they need to see where the distribution of players are going before they can make a decision this time.
And I don't know if I agree with this. Rim, actually, everyone being kind of spotted out pretty quickly.
Now they're stuck.
Yeah, exactly. They're pinned down. There's not a whole lot that's giving them much momentum. All the angles being covered. Really Smoke being set up, though, that could open some angles, but not really. Mango's holding on to that, and the smoke doesn't manage to do much.
Rim is trying to hold the attention of Mangoes and Time, while the rest of the team is rotating more towards an A position. But it looks like they're finally just going to rotate all towards A again.
Yep, and Rim still on point on that one. Of course, going for main bomb carrier. Mangoes is ready. I think Rim looks to be very well aware of Mangoes' position, and indeed is, but is not quite aware of the exact angle, giving Mangoes the opening, allowing for a trade, but Shadow goes down as well as the rush is on. Slothy going for the deploy, and that bomb plant is happening. Legacy takes them out afterwards, as does the as they take out Geo. Gramps, however, managed to get a revenge kill on them. Decipher's the only one left, 1v2. Marshy and Gramps, this is for almost all of the marbles. Still have some marbles remaining after this.
Almost match point. Can Decipher find the spray down? Found spray down on 1. Gramps holding the angle, holding the bomb. 23 seconds until it pops. I don't know if they're going to be able to find it.
Oh, there's the kill. Now just the defuse. There's enough time. This is going to be Singularity putting themselves back up 8-7. Oh, Singularity.
Beautiful clutch.
Giving me a heart attack here.
Yeah, this one's tight. This is the closest round we have had so far. 8-7 on the last one of this best of 3. So,
and actually, I was mentioning before about the Legacy versus Slothy interaction from a few rounds ago. This one we saw Mangoes just taking out, I think it was Rim that came around the corner. Knew where Mangoes was roughly, but didn't know well enough, and Mangoes ended up taking them out just having that better angle. And it's little things like that of who's flicking first that is deciding a lot of these matches, which to me tells me that the teams aren't quite sure how to position themselves ideally.
Yeah. Looks like Tribe going for another aggressive push onto B, though. 4 members. They
are indeed. It's 4v4. Legacy gets taken out in trade for Slothy and Rim. I agree with that trade. That is a valuable trade. But now we have a 4v3
from Tribe.
Yep.
Now look at Singularity. They're pincering around the side of Tribe, but oh, they don't find it. One side gets shut down by Marshy.
Oof. Decipher. They almost saw Geo. Didn't quite turn in time to actually deal with them. Geo actually doing a great job pulling this back. Mango's now the only one left. And this
Tribe, this is almost match point.
It is match point.
There it is. Match point. We're there, Dominic.
Tribe pulled to match point thanks to Geo's wonderful shooting. That just
felt like it was the battle of the flanks a little bit.
That's this map, it feels like. That's pretty much what this map does.
Yeah, because, I mean, I feel like Tribe got punished for their hard rush onto B, but then they found a better flank coming into it, and then the offense tried to find a flank. They got outflanked, and eventually it was just a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, and that 1 versus 2 was decided by Geo's flanks.
Yeah. It's flanks all the way down, Dominic.
Ah!
4 versus 3 here.
I could go for lunch. A little early
It'll
for
be a
that, though.
flank.
Yeah. Nice
I think it'll be a flank.
I think so, too. I think a well
They're
done
holding the
flank.
trailer as best they can on the side of Singularity. Oh, but they get popped out as soon as they look for scouts. And now only Legacy surviving. They've been able to clutch 1v3 before, but can they get the clutch 1v4?
Nope. Oh, the angle gets them. Legacy, it looks like they weren't quite sure where to make the decision on. Didn't quite react to seeing someone on their right. I think they could have pulled it out, but it still worked out, though, that ultimately Tribe takes it 2-1.
Huh. Well done by Tribe there. But that was a very sporadic last few rounds there coming out, because Tribe in the, I'd say, late middle set of rounds had a great time when they were trying to find those rushes, because there were a few rounds in a row where it was rush after rush after rush, and every single time Tribe was finding success. But the moment those rushes started getting shut down, I felt like both teams were scrambling for a new strategy to work out for them.
I agree. It really just came down so much to spray fights. That seemed to be the defining element of that map, was spray fights. Later on, people got a better sense of how to flank it, but even then, the angles didn't seem to be, like, it wasn't quite like with Raid, with Raid, where the angles were super well known. Or even Standoff, where Tribes knew exactly where to go for getting the perfect positioning. But
yeah, and it felt like, on any map where it felt like Singularity hadn't had their strategy fully planned out, Tribes was the one to win through. Tribes was the one to adapt faster. Tribe was the one who ultimately pulled out the win on 2 out of 3 of the maps, because on Raid, Singularity were very well coordinated, very clean play. And that even showed in the points lead, because that was
10-4.
cleanest win.
Yeah.
That we saw at all in this series. 10-4, like you said, in favor of Singularity. But when it comes down to those clutch fights, when it comes down to those flanks, ultimately Tribe pulled ahead.
And that's the thing, is that Tribe, like, it was a matter of planning. So I feel like Singularity will probably see them practicing the maps more, because that clearly is their strength. But for now, we are going to be moving on to the next game, which is going to be the Matrix.
Will be Merciless GG versus Matrix.
Thank you. I couldn't recognize the logo for a second. I was like, what are names?
I got you covered. Don't worry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, Merciless GG and Matrix going at it. That'll be up next after a commercial break. So we'll see you then. Make sure to watch the commercial. Burn it into your soul. Don't forget to drink your Ovaltine.
Do you have what it takes to compete against the best in the world? The best in the world. Can you make it to the top 100 in your region? How about the top 5% on your favorite console? Find out by competing on the most competitive platform in the world. DrBattles.com is where competition lives.
DrBattles.com, where competition lives.
Welcome back, everyone, to the North American Call of Duty Mobile Season 1 Pro League. Rearrange that however is necessary to make sense. I remain your host, Dominic, and I remain joined by Niberia, and we are going to be getting started in the second match of the day, which will be Matrix against Merciless GG.
Excited to be back. And after that first best of 3, I'm excited for this one to have just as much action-packed rounds, but we're going to be going for the same order of maps so that everyone knows. First off, we're going to have standoff, then raid, then firing range. And honestly, Dominic, I'm wondering if the tendencies we noticed from both of these teams last time are just tendencies of the maps themselves, because while raid did seem better planned out by one of the sides, I do wonder if it's one of the more consistent maps in the ways that it plays out.
I agree. It's something that I was thinking too, because even when we started on raid and started on firing range, the first things I was thinking was these maps like raid, I think, man, this really supports Singularity style of play. Like, it felt like it really supports that kind of, approach to one side or another and just push in. It gets away from what standoff has, which is the longer corridors. So I don't know if I would agree that the maps direct things. I'm curious more than, though, how do teams deal with that? Because again, it was like the maps direct certain playstyles, but different teams work better in different playstyles.
Right. I assume that would just be the level of practice for each map. It's like, okay, guys, we're really bad at playing this specific type of map, so let's just practice the hell out of it until we figure it out. But I am hoping that we see a little bit of divergence in strategy between the teams, because that is, I think, one of the biggest differentiators in team style and team skill that we see in these kind of games, which is, you have an FPS, you have search and destroy. How you achieve each objective, how you adapt on the fly, that's what makes the difference between a good team and a great team and the best team. And we're here today to try and find out the best team, or at least start narrowing them down.
Right. That is absolutely where this comes in. I mean, this is, I believe, a round robin for the first several weeks. But, whoever has the most stuff, like wins and so forth, they end up going off to a playoffs. And that's nice.
Now we're going to
see to win.
Yeah. See who's the best in the end. Merciless GG on the offense here, I believe, for the first round. And they're going to be going for a slow push around towards this A side, but they're going for the longer angles. Look at the way they're holding this as they approach towards A. But Matrix know that something's up. They don't see anyone just yet, and now first firefight's coming out.
Yep, and already Shadow goes down. Wait, another Shadow? Really? Okay, well, Matrix's Shadow goes down. Wally also goes down on his trade. And the bomb plant has happened. So it's just a matter of waiting that time out. And it looks like we are seeing a lot of falls here. Oh, Vegas going left goes down. And that is going to be just one defuse away from Matrix taking the first round in their favor. And there's the defuse. Matrix takes it 1-0.
That was a really strong round from Matrix. Like, sure, they didn't get the plant first because they weren't exactly sure where everyone was coming from. And they could have easily rotated towards one or the other, but we do have some rounds where teams just go for a late plant, go for a late rush in order to try and confuse them. And as soon as they figured out where they were, sure, they lost one, but they got the trade, and then they came in on the flanks and had a much better shootout. So this time I want to see if that changes the strategy of Merciless.
Well, it looks like Merciless is being a little more aggressive, going much more to the center of the map, kind of looking at A, but not being super definite. Rebello taking that center section, doesn't quite manage to get the nade where they want it to be. Might have given away their own position, too. It looks like it's not going to matter, though. They're still in a great flanking position, should they choose to use it.
Still not going for the push just yet.
No, but it's pretty clear that they're going...
Instead, Matrix is going pretty aggressive, trying to nail down the side of Merciless GG. That's the first kill going down. Merciless has lost one.
Yeah, they lost abuse. And Wally and Lewis in a firefight getting quite heavily damaged, but Wally going for point A. I wasn't entirely sure. It looked like B was going to be the option, and it's not going to work. The vulnerability bites them. Flutter is still up. They're working on that sniping, but they and Nero are the only ones left in the team. However, Vague does go down to Nero, which means it's a 2v2, but the bomb has been planted. A defuse is necessary.
Yeah, 40 seconds here. Not going to find the flick.
No, but Lewis jumping right into the fire line. Oof.
Beautiful there from Nero holding the angle. I'm not really sure why they aggressed out from that position. You have a very defensive position behind that point. You know that they have to come to you. Why would you slide aggressively forward to try and get into a different position? Granted,
wanted to kill
I feel like if they'd gotten it, you could argue that that is a more easily position from which to defend.
Right.
But I don't think that's worth exposing yourself, even for the split second, because as we saw, that split second is plenty to spray you down.
And that's exactly what happened. Now, again, very much a rush into point A this time around, and Rabalo, Vegan Abuse being heavily damaged in the process. Wally going down, Lewis almost down as well. Rabalo not able to get the plant, and now it's 3v2 in favor of Matrix. Merciless GG, I mean, they're trying to live up to their name, but they're getting slaughtered in the process.
Matrix now looking for a little bit of a flank here, as you can see Nintendo going around the side.
Oof. And a flank they do find, but not quite well enough. Abuse well positioned to defend that. Goes down in the process. Lewis, however, just needs to take out the last two. Just needs to defend. Just not make the same mistake that was made last time.
Oh, I don't like the way they're playing this. Oh, and they get punished for it. Nintendo goes down because they went both from the same angle. So you're not pressuring Atlas to do anything different.
And that's what we're seeing still. I mean, I'm surprised Nero's not going around the other side. I mean, there's no reason for Lewis to expect. At this point, they've been conditioned. I think Nero's going to pop out this one end. Why doesn't Nero just go around and get flanked behind? That is very confusing.
Yeah, I think that one play is what ultimately decided that round for Merciless and got them the win, because that was a very easy defense from Luis. Because if you're sitting there and you're already holding one angle and the other guy comes into that angle, they're in your line of fire. Whereas if you just waited a little bit longer for Nintendo to go around on the flank, if one person draws the fire, the other one gets a free angle.
Oh, and speaking of, we have Nero coming in there, but no one coming in for the other angle, getting themselves killed in the process. Vegan Abuse is a 4v2, but they're not in a bad position to take it back. Cozy over from behind the bales of hay, taking out Vega. Abuse still left, trying to use that tank as cover, but they're not able to retreat into a good position. Matrix is prepared.
Yeah, it felt like the rest of the team just got shut down. I was trying to watch Nero to see what the flank was coming in for, and he ultimately got taken out by Vegan Abuse, but they were the only ones left on the team at that point. So already when you're stuck in a position where you have two members and they're against five, you're not going to win that round.
Not easily, that's for sure. Nintendo, very close to being sniped. Flutter does get sniped. So Abuse managing to get a bit of revenge here, but it's going to be, again, tricky. Nero Nintendo holding on to a side area, kind of holding on to point B in a sense, but not really. Just a bit of soft pressure on it.
They want to rotate towards A now. They've gone the long way around. No one's seen them in a while, so I feel like at the very least, Matrix should know that this is happening. There goes the bomb onto A point. They now have defensive angles. Coming out in the flank from Cozy. You should be able to see this in a second.
Yeah, Cozy is... I mean, they're coming in, but they don't really have anyone supporting that flank. Oh, now they do. Never mind. They are
going to be able to find the headshot either onto Wally.
Unfortunately not. Now the support for the flank is coming in, but it's still 3v4. It almost feels like 2v3, just the way it's set up, especially with the corner here. Nintendo goes down. Nero's the only one left. Nero and Cozy coming in on a pincer, but Cozy goes down. Nero's on their own in a 1v3 situation, and they do not pull the clutch. So Matrix loses it. Merciless GG takes another round, put themselves on the board very aggressively.
Well done from them. They correctly read the defensive positioning from Matrix, and they knew that if they push towards A, while they're still waiting at B, they have the time to set up defensive lines, to set up those angles, and that's all you need. At a certain point, people are just walking into your line of fire. So well done from Merciless GG, capitalizing on the defensive strategies of Matrix, but now they've lost Wally already to a snipe.
And already, I mean, they lost Wally to a snipe. They lost Vague trying to take out Nintendo, and the defense on point A is just far too strong. It looks like point B might be taken, but this isn't the sort of map where you can easily rotate from point A to point B. There's a lot of sight lines. We actually see Flutter on a sight line that's able to cover both, no problem.
Yep.
Takes out Abuse in the process, too.
Yep, 3 versus 2 at this point. Ravalo and Luis traveling in the same spot. They're going to be rotating towards A, but at this point, it looks like Matrix already has their number. They know exactly where they're headed. So the plant comes out, they'll know for sure. Nero going to try and get a peek around. Will he be able to find the kill at the end of it?
Oof. Nice use of cover, Luis. Gets behind that tractor,
Nice
puts himself in a
by
great
Nero
position
as
to
well,
counter the
just
flank.
dodging between the tractor. Oh, there
Doesn't
it is.
work,
Big
though.
red tractor coming in for the defense.
And there's the defuse. That is going to be, once again, momentum back to Matrix. But a tough fight there. I mean, it was, nice tricks there, making sure to, look like you're going to B, and then back to A from coming in from Merciless GG. Like I said, it's difficult to hold either point, but because of the way this map is set up, Flutter knew where to position themselves to cover both points.
Yeah, there's a lot of mind games coming in here from both teams, and it looks like Merciless now going for a very hard rush onto A. I'm not sure if this is going to work out, but at the same time, Shadow the only one defending it heavily. They're going to back off now. 3 on A, 2 holding the house behind it. I don't know if Matrix see this one coming. There's the kill.
They do.
There's the plant.
They do, but they're being taken out. They don't swoop in all at the same time, and it looks like Merciless GG just has all the angles covered between them.
Yeah, beautiful job there by Merciless to shut down the vision lines and get those picks after they were able to drop the bomb. And now, Flutter taking down Nero. Unless you're able to 1v5, this round is not in your favor.
Well, I'm not super confident, mostly because of the bullets in their face.
Yeah, that I've found personally in my own life that bullets in the face is not conducive to doing anything really productive. So
you must have had a very short life.
Yeah. Ravallo now going for the push again, and I think Merciless are just going to go for another aggressive push. It worked out very well for them last time, and they were able to capitalize on Matrix's slow response. So
I mean, this is risky though.
Holding the house.
I mean, Merciless, it's working out for them now, and it'll be interesting to see how it works out later on. Although, even now, it's getting punished. Matrix knows exactly what to do. We saw before this doesn't work. Singularity was trying to send it against Tribe, and several times it didn't work. And once again, we're seeing Matrix just absolutely punish it. Wally now the only one left from that attempted rush. And they will be able to take out someone. So it's at least 1v3, but Nero, nope. Nero says nope.
It was very well done from Matrix, but I think the most entertaining part for me was that little 1v1 between Wally and Nero, which had been going on for about 30 seconds, because they were both rotating around and through the house to try and find each other. So it's just sort of like a circus line. But thank God, it finally ended. Nero picks up the kill on that one now. Like a rush? Oh, nope. That's not going to work out for them right there. They've already lost one on the push. Luis is down, so they need to alter their strategy. Maybe they're going to rotate towards A.
That's exactly what they're doing, and Matrix knows it. Already well prepared, using the tank as cover. That flank should be coming in here. We'll be seeing bullets from behind. Although Nero actually... Nero, sorry, was that? Yeah, that was Nintendo behind the tank. Doesn't quite turn around again until after the plant happens, which is curious.
Beautiful kill there from Abuse. Gets another one. Abuse might single-handedly be saving this round. Yeah, able to find 3 kills already by themselves.
1 HP at the very end of that. This is an amazing turnaround. Nero, the
Found
only one left.
Too.
Yep, Nero's it. And
This is almost a solo ace. Oh no! Ooh. Nero makes it out. Shuts him down.
Impressed.
Needs to wait for their hell. 10 seconds remaining. They have to rush so hard. I don't think they can even find this, even if they do get the defuse.
Nope. No, they had to go for the defuse while they were being shot at, and that doesn't work.
Yeah, I found that doesn't seem to be very effective. But now teams are going to switch. Matrix now going to be on the offense instead of the defense. They played beautifully on the defensive strategically, but we're a little bit slow to adapt. I want to see what their offensive strategy looks like. It looks like immediately they're going for a quick run over to B.
Ooh,
sending Flutter into the house to snipe.
I mean, I like the fact that they sent Flutter for sniping, just that extra cover, because B is such a hard point to hold on to and to approach. I mean, you pretty much have to get the kill. You pretty much have to get the ace just before you even get B.
Yeah. That house was a really critical position in one of the earlier rounds as well, because that was where Nero stopped the push and got the first pick and shut down Merciless entirely. So I think we're going to see a lot of action around it for the rest of the game, but that's going to be the clean ace coming out as well already from Matrix, 6-4.
Yeah, that was a great bit of positioning. I like that. I'm curious now to see what's the adaptation, because, you know, obviously the house is important. Flutter is an amazing sniper, so how is that going to be adapted to? And the answer apparently is to set up heavily defensively very quickly. Like,
and just take out 3 members on the push. That'll
Yeah.
work, I think. Vig gets taken down. Flutter not going to be able to find the snipe as well, and that just leaves Cozy as the last one standing. Not going to be able to
well,
find it.
standing is a strong word.
Yeah. Last one falling down in the death throes, but
Yes.
now 6-5. Merciless GG bringing it back. I want to see if we're going to see Matrix adapt their push a little bit here. No one picked up the bomb.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
I don't think they even care. It's like, you know what? Screw it. We can't even plant the bomb. Okay, never mind. No, Shadow's going back to get it.
Okay,
I think that is Shadow's job. It seems like Shadow is the one to be the planter, but that was strange. Like, you don't lose time to pick it up, so that it must have just been a slight misplay.
And Flutter at the beginning of the round picked up a beautiful pick onto Abuse, and that sort of set the tempo for the rest of the match because you immediately start 5 versus 4 in favor of Matrix. Nintendo's going to be able to pick up Vague as well, so now this is just leaving a 3-man defense, and A Point being defended here a little bit. They've lost Nintendo now, and Shadow as well. Luis and Wally doing great. Wally gets finally taken down, but Luis is still up on this point. Gets taken down by the snipe from Flutter. The bomb and A are clear at this point.
I was about to say
that they're just going to ace them.
Yeah, no, they're just going to ace them because I was noticing, like, okay, well, there's fewer players. It's clearly rotation onto B. Nero was rotating onto B, but they didn't have the bomb. Shadow lost the bomb in the process. I think Nero figured, you know what, we can't really plant the bomb in time. We'll just go for the kill.
I'm going to watch Flutter again because I think he's going to try and go for a quick snipe.
Yeah. I'll see how that goes.
Oh, we sees it.
There's Luis waiting for the jump. Oh, doesn't quite react in time.
Waiting for it again.
Like,
this is so much fun to watch.
No,
I love
Luis
Sniper
isn't
Battle.
even jumping anymore. Luis knows they have got to keep their head down.
Got a huge chunk of damage down, though, onto Abuse. Abuse the other sniper, so it's going to be a sniper versus sniper battle for a lot of this. But Flutter is doing a great job keeping them pinned down. There's nowhere they can go because if they move out, Flutter's going to be the one sniping them down.
Yep.
So they're pushing in now, 4 versus 1.
Wally goes down. Raballo pulling it down to a 1v2, but Flutter and Cozy still staying alive.
I am enjoying watching Flutter's gameplay here because the end of it, the slide into the revolver, was something out of an action movie.
I mean, Flutter's got a real sense of style. I gotta say.
Especially with that hot pink revolver. Hell yeah.
The hot pink revolver and the contrasting neon blue sniper rifle. I mean, nothing says stealth like neon blue. Speaking of getting shot in the face, because they're being a bit too obvious.
Yeah, no, because Flutter's been trying that strategy every single round, going either from the house or from the fences. Abuse was ready for it this time, got there first, and was ready to snipe it out. And now it's going to be Matrix who are down the member, but Nintendo gets a pick onto Vague, evening it out once again.
However, Abuse still really scary on the defense. Wally might be going down in point B, but it doesn't work out. Nintendo being taken out instead. Shadow doesn't seem to quite know where they want to approach yet. Just in between, decides to go in the middle and die. Well, Nero way off to the side, not available to actually deal with anything, and now they're in a 1v4 situation. They've got to find the right angles, and they they revealed themselves. It's mana workout. Abuse snipes them out short range while Wally flanks from behind.
Yeah, that one's just not happening, Chief.
No,
Sorry about that.
No, I'm afraid you're going to be dead. It'll be an adjustment.
Great attempt, but ultimately the tempo of that round was set by Flutter getting taken out earlier, so I think we're going to see them wait for the rush a little bit longer, and as a result, Flutter actually hasn't even left the base yet.
Nope.
Now looking for the angle onto Abuse. These sniper versus sniper battles are really deciding these rounds.
They really are, and Abuse takes this one, so again, that puts the advantage. Wally and Lewis go down in the process, though Vague soon after, so while Sniper versus Sniper did a great job setting the early tempo, it seems that at this point, we aren't seeing that continue.
No, and they can just go for a plant on B at this point, because there's no one having an angle on it. Oh, I say that, but Shadow nearly gets taken out by the snipe.
Yeah, Abuse is still ready for that. Raballo is still behind cover of the tank, looking for basically counter-sniping.
There's the plant. Abuse coming around, trying to find anyone. Nope. That's the grenade right to the face. Nope.
Cozy in the back of the face. Raballo revenge on Cozy, but Shadow takes them out from behind, and that is match point. We're seeing Matrix just not really letting this go at all.
Want to see how they play out the early game this time. Whether Flutter goes for the delay again or goes right for the rush. Looks like going for the rush. So we're going to try and find a beast
going for the rush,
on
but
this corner.
carefully this time. They know Vague knows they're there, especially now that they've been shooting 4 bullets into a wall. But
Yeah.
I don't think... They did manage to take out...
They found it, finally.
Yep. 6 bullets in. First time. Oh, and
Nobody
Abuse
can
trying to go
take
over the
6
snipe, does
sniper
not
bullets
find it.
today.
I went onto the awning to try to find it, and it got a little bit open. Very exposed. Ooh.
There's the ace, the plant, and the first match going over to Matrix.
Matrix taking it very impressively. So they're going to have the pick of the litter. I mean, they're going to be on raid. They're going to be... I'm thinking, though, like, the way the Matrix is playing, they felt coordinated. And while I do think
They did.
They took advantage of the sniping, and while it's not like raid isn't the best for sniping, but
Right.
I could still see Nero actually managing to pull out quite a bit of close range combat. Or I can see some cool revolver slides.
I think the reason the sniping doesn't matter as much is I feel like the strength of the sniping was not necessarily, oh, that's a great headshot, but the use of the sniping to open up angles of rotation there for Matrix was really, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
So as a result, you have so much more freedom of movement around the map, and the precognizance, we'll say, to know that you need to open up those angles before you make the rotation, I think will serve them very well going into raid, which has so many open angles.
Absolutely. And not only that, it has many open angles, but the one thing I think will work a bit better for Matrix is the fact that, for Merciless GG, is the fact that its points are quite separated. There isn't really an easy sight line to both points at once in the way that there is in Standoff.
Right. So I think both teams might have a little bit of a different strategy coming into this one, because it's not like that was a total takedown or anything by Matrix. They did a very good job defending against the pushes, and in their own pushes, they, played much similar. They tried to open up lines of sight by getting the snipe down early. So I think a lot of these next matches are going to be up to Abuse and, Flutter.
I agree, and I'm excited to see it. But first, we're going to have a commercial break, as that is how apparently we are doing the inter-match transitions. So watch that, eat the commercial, and then we'll come back.
Do you have what it takes to compete against the best in the world? The best in the world. Can you make it to the top 100 in your region? How about the top 5% on your favorite console? Find out by competing on the most competitive platform in the world. DrBattles.com is where competition lives.
DrBattles.com, where competition lives.
Advantages.
Sorry, I accidentally had that muted. Sorry. Welcome back again to the COD Mobile Pro League North American Season 1. I'm your host Dominic. I'm in Iberia. We're just talking about the last match, how Flutter and sniping was setting a lot of the tone, but now we're going on to Raid, which is a smaller, more closed-off map, which doesn't quite have the same open sight lines between the two different points. So it'll be interesting to see how the players adapt to that.
I think we're going to see push timings be a lot more of a key element in this map, because if we remember Singularity from the last set, that was one of the ways that they won most on Raid, was waiting for those timings of the pushes. They'd push through a little bit to the courtyard, but wait and try and find a pick first before they moved all the way through, because you have that long space of open area. So I think that's going to be one of the biggest deciding factors here.
I agree.
As opposed to the last map where the push timing was roughly the same on every single push.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a bit of variation between rounds. Like, especially that first round was immediate, and then after that, it was like, oh, maybe not. Got a bit of cold feet. Maybe we should just maybe be a little more careful.
Maybe slow down a little.
Just a little. Yeah, just that little bit. But again, we're seeing...
Yep. Merciless
Abuse
on the offense.
Yep, Abuse on the sniper.
Not surprising to me. Especially given the success that they've seen with it so far. I want to see what angle they're trying to hold, though. Looks like trying to come out from around. Grenade just barely missing at this point. Push on to B. We actually didn't see this the last set of games. The strong push immediately onto B, but looks like it's getting shut down pretty heavily here. Only 2 members remaining.
I agree. I mean, it's the thing is that we saw it. I thought they were going for a double push, like trying to distract on A while going for B, but no, it was going in the house. Abuse trying to get into there and work from that as a sniper point, but it just did not work as Abuse goes down and Matrix starts off strong.
Absolutely. I'm going to see if we see something similar to the last set of games where they did slow down after the first push and they were saying, okay, maybe we should take it a little bit less aggressive. But like you said, it looks like they're going to be going with Wally looking more towards a pivoting point. Abuse trying to find a snipe on the side. Will find Flutter. So that's the sniper down. It's a lot harder to hold these angles, a lot harder to stop this push. They have a lot more open areas to work with.
Yeah, and then from there we're going to be seeing... Oh, is that... That is going to be Abuse going down. That's the sniper war, kind of a draw, but 4v2 is still 4v2, and there's not much you can say to really argue about that.
Oh, almost gets the spray down, though. Wally able to find one. Matrix gets another one.
Yep, and Matrix is going to be... Man, Matrix is going to be just absolutely terrifying. I mean, 2-0, already starting out with basically a shutout game.
Yeah.
That is not what you want to see when you're fighting them.
A little bit of a chaotic start, but it looks like Relentless, or Merciless rather, feel pretty strongly that their B push was successful, but unfortunately, they eat the grenade right afterwards. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 4, and now this push is not going very well for them. Flutter's still up. Abuse is as well, but there's only so much you can do when you're on the offensive. 1 versus 3. Is there any way to clutch this one out?
Not for Abuse. Nintendo absolutely just wrecking face. Got 3 kills out of that entire round. Just ruined the day for Merciless GG. So far, Matrix is looking to get a shutout.
Yeah, 3-0 already. Looks like they're going to alter their strategy a little bit, and they're going to rush towards A this time. But Merciless, or Matrix, fanning out pretty effectively here. Might be able to spot it from Nero.
Flutter getting nailed. That was a sniper war in Abuse's favor. Raballo being the trade kill. Nintendo, however, goes down, and Nintendo has kind of been the main enforcer. So now with that bomb being taken up by Vague, it's going to be a bit tricky. A counter rotation back off to B, while B is...
Oh, Luis.
Oh, is it not going to be defended? Doesn't look like it's going to be defended. No,
There was
Shadow
a battle
and
in
Cozy.
the house where they thought they had the proper angle, but they weren't able to find it, and as a result, Luis picked up a kill, and now they're down a man. They don't know which point this is going to.
Nope, and it is indeed going to be where there's absolutely no defense. Rotation appears to have been called. Well, obviously, I mean, the plant it's right there on the top. But how do you get in here? B is theoretically an easy thing to come into, but it's not always so easy when your opponents are already set up.
40 seconds to figure it out, though. Going to be a little bit of a spray down into the courtyard coming out. Cozy, last one standing, 1 versus 3.
1 versus 2. Fagin Abuse. Abuse goes for the snipe, misses just barely, but they may not miss twice.
15 seconds left. I don't think there's any way this
it's
round
really 3
comes
seconds.
out. But could find the ace. Nope. Vague able to pick that one up. And Merciless GG have been able to stop the push from Matrix. They finally found a way to shut them down. And ultimately, like last round, it came down to the sniper battle.
It did indeed, and we should keep an eye on Flutter, because that's what happened last time. They went into point A, and Abuse took them down immediately. And Abuse looks like they are not actually going for point A. Luis not being taken out. Flutter misses Luis. Luis decides to take a bit of a flanking maneuver as a result.
This is interesting. No, not rushing towards any particular point. They're just pushing out into the middle of the map. They're able to pick off a few kills. This seems very, very effective here from Merciless. At this point, it's now a 2 versus 5. And how are you going to defend your point if you only have 2 members left? Sure, you've got Flutter, but there's really no one to snipe other than, you know, the entire team.
Yeah, but the entire team is split and flanking you and has now killed you, which limits your abilities.
Just slightly.
Just slightly.
Merciless able to pull that one out. I'd like to see them go for that again because it seemed to really confuse Matrix. They were expecting a rush towards one of the points as it had been for the previous few rounds, but instead they waited, spread out around the buildings surrounding the courtyard, and were able to find picks off and angles.
Yeah, that was something I was honestly kind of confused about because the pickoffs, I mean, they made sense, but why? I don't know. It didn't feel like we saw much coordination coming in the same way we did last time. And Vague again taking full advantage of that.
It seems like Merciless have been able to confuse Matrix a little bit here. If you're able to split them up, it feels like they are a much less coordinated team, and now they don't really know where they're supposed to be going towards. And Nintendo last one standing in a 1 versus 4.
Well, 0 versus 4.
Yeah.
Evening it out, Merciless GG takes it.
All right, let's see how Matrix are going to adapt to this. They've now lost 3 rounds in a row after going 3-0.
Yep,
so ultimately, it's just been a round of momentum so far. They're going straight into the houses this time to try and stop this push, but Flutter is going to be alone.
Unfortunately, misses that snipe on Luis. Goes for a potential onto Vague, but nope, doesn't manage it. Abuse, however, doesn't really find a lot of targets. Everyone's pushing hard on A, and
they've routed them back.
Knows it.
Uh-oh. They routed them back, but it looks like they were just regrouping to try and get more kills. Almost able to find Abuse, but Abuse finds it instead with the near-range battle. Now Nero, last one standing. Once again, Merciless have just been able to divide and conquer against Matrix.
I'm just more surprised that Abuse was able to manage to survive 2 revolver shots point blank to the back.
Yeah.
Like, Flutter had the right idea, you know, go for the short-range weapon and the short-range fight.
BDs.
Apparently. It's which, you know, kids, if you're ever in a gunfight, make sure to bring cereal.
That's right.
I mean, who knows? The box might deflect the bullet.
Nice. Oh, Abuse might get sniped out here by Flutter. They caught Nero as he was trying to solo pivot.
Oh, and Luis gets taken out too. There's Flutter doing their job. They're finding their rhythm again. Wally Orr gets taken out with Shadow.
So can join the battle.
Yeah, just, again, turns around and kind of misses that Shadow once. Again, another kill. Wow, Shadow. Redeeming themselves amazingly. 1v1 against Raballo. No, sorry, 3v1 against Raballo. Absolutely. Shadow, nicely done. This whole time they've been kind of, it feels like they've been floundering a bit, but now they know exactly what they want to do.
Nobody takes 4 rounds in a row from Matrix.
Only 3.
Yeah.
At a time.
I can only be disrespected for so long.
I can only be disrespected 3 times before I reject you.
Uh-oh. Nero gets caught out again. He keeps going for that central position. Oh, wow.
Shadow gets disrespected again. It's Abuse with that great snipe. Flutter still open, still alive. Trying to find an angle, but covering A while B is what's being taken. The distraction is successful.
Onto this.
No,
there's the plant with 42 seconds remaining.
I mean, if Nintendo and Cozy flank around properly, we could see it, because now obviously it's known, okay, B was the target point and everyone's around B. But I don't think Matrix is going to take that.
They have any grenades left, though, and I feel like that's the only way to aggressively get in here.
I would agree, except Nintendo taking that nicely, along with Cozy on backup. We're on a 3v2. Flutter, unfortunately, haven't gone down. Raballo.
21 seconds remaining.
Oh, 21 seconds. Raballo does not go down, while Cozy does. Nintendo on their own, trying to find what they can, but the grenade takes them out, and that is a slight advantage coming in from Merciless GG. And remember, they are fighting for this tournament, or not tournament, they're fighting for the match. Like, they need to win the remaining rounds in order to stay in this, otherwise they're going to be down a point. in the final
4 to
standings.
5 though, so it's still a close round. Despite
is.
the momentum swinging drastically in each team's favor in turn, it's still incredibly close. And now that we're seeing Matrix on the offensive, they're going for a completely different strategy. They're just going all 5 to B.
They are, and I don't know if it's gonna work. I kind of wish Flutter was in a bit more of a covered area because they are very vulnerable right now.
They just immediately planted, and there was nothing from Merciless to stop them. What are they waiting for at this point?
I think Merciless is expecting that it was just going to be a more passive play, like that they were just going to see Matrix try to go for some kills here and there before actually going for the plant. But no, Merciless went, Merciless doesn't care though. 4v1. All Flutter had to do was live long enough for the bomb to not get defused, and they didn't.
I think the strategy there from Merciless, and it clearly worked very well for them, was to wait until the push came out all the way from Matrix, because then you know exactly where Matrix is going to be. They're going to be on whatever point they planted the bomb at. And from there, you know exactly where you can offense, because you know where they're going to be defending, where they're likely going to be, in those hot spots. And from there, you can make a very strong offensive move onto them.
And I like that. And I honestly feel like we're not going to see rushes going forward. Like, as this tournament progresses, I don't think we're going to see a lot of rushes. It's a good early strategy when you're not quite sure if your opponents know what to do about it, but it's not been working out at all. And I expect later weeks we will be seeing teams be a bit more conservative, because that's what works. Like, or at least waiting until you've taken out a couple of opponent members.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Flutter just got wall banged, but Abuse going to get taken down as well.
Well, Nintendo finishing that out once again. Yep, shootout. Matrix takes it with an elimination. But I am still behind. I'm not entirely confident. Gonna be tricky.
They're going for a split push right now. A few of them going towards the middle of the courtyard. They're actually doing what Merciless did to start getting the lead. Able to get the pick onto Abuse, who was trying to catch them on the rotation.
Yeah, nice grenade toss there.
Advantageous angles.
And Shadow
He's
with
just the only one on A. If they all drop on him, this should be the map or the round.
I don't know if they're aware. Oh, yeah, they're clearly aware of that. They're going for the call. There's the shot. There's the plant. It's 5v. Is it 5v2? It's 5v2. Wally and Vague.
Now.
For 3v2, actually. Wally, however, is still very.
Those numbers are getting much smaller, Dominic.
They are getting smaller, and there's 30 seconds left that Shadow, Flutter, and Nero have to keep themselves alive for. But it may be fine. Oh, Flutter doesn't go over that snipe. Oh, wait, of course they don't. That's their teammate. Flutter doesn't go for the team kill. What's wrong with them?
Uh-oh. What's wrong is Wally might be able to clutch this one out. It's a 2 versus 1, able to find 1 kill already. There's the spray down. Nero finds it.
Wally goes down as Matrix, avoiding team kills, decides to win.
Weird.
I know, right?
Why would you do that?
What a strange strategy.
It seems like the slower round seemed to work out much better for Matrix there.
Yep.
So I wonder if they're going to go for the same strategy again, or if they want to keep mixing it up to keep Merciless on their toes. Because there's 2 strategies you can go for, right? You can either keep going with the strategy that works and execute it to perfection, or you can keep mixing up strategies and trust that you're able to adapt faster. And it seems like Matrix are going for the former.
Well, yeah, and again, there's the rush on B. I mean, the rush on B with the distraction play on A. Nero did go down in the process, but that deploy, I think it was a little bit... They waited a bit too long. Vague should have that snipe, and doesn't actually go for it. Goes for the flick, but Shadow got out of the way, got undercover before that happened. And Shadow staying alive. 3 bullets in, doesn't have it. Nintendo goes to the flank, saves their teammate, and that gives the game over, or gives that round over to... Oh, I should say round. Yeah, it is round.
Yes.
Round, game, match, I guess? No, round, match, game. That's how we're doing it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, the round goes over to Matrix.
7-6 now. It looks like Matrix might actually be going for the same strategy they went for last time. Wally is going to be holding this courtyard here for his team.
I don't like it though. Vague's already there. Flutter.
Oh, he's got the angle though.
Flutter has a great angle, but unfortunately there's so much cover here in point B that it's just not really giving them the opportunities. Gets the hit on Vague, but it's not a headshot. Exposes themselves in the process. Vague, however, goes down to the second shot. So we are now in a 2v3 situation. Nintendo gets it down to 2v2. Nintendo and Nero could end up just going for an elimination here. The bomb is not even in their possession.
Nice. There's
Nero.
one picked up. Flutter and Nero versus Abuse.
Abuse takes out Flutter.
Taken down.
Nero has to find an angle on Abuse. Actually, Nero doesn't even care. Are they doing what they think of doing? Are they going for the bomb and then picking it up? No, they're not. I thought they might be just setting up the bomb. It's like, screw it, Abuse isn't going to find me. Speaking of, though, Abuse is not going to find them. Nero getting the angle on them and taking it out 8-6 in favor of Matrix.
That was such a close round. I'm not actually sure if Merciless did anything wrong there, because it ended up being so close and just came down to the gunfights. Ultimately, it just came down to Nero having the better positioning and better strategy for that ending 1v1.
And early on, though, Flutter did get a nice shot on Vague, and that really helped. However, we are seeing a change in strategy from Matrix, just hard pushing on to point A. Like Shadow already there, taking out Louis. We have a bit of defense over here. Abuse is setting up to defend, and this is exactly where they're going to. That's the bomb. There's no one around there. Everyone else is around point B, except Raballo.
No.
Raballo comes back just in time.
Raballo comes back, and now Flutter has to back up. They were baiting over by the B side and keep getting snipes, baiting like it was going to be a B push. And now Nintendo versus Wally and Vague. 1 versus 2.
Oh, Nintendo's revealed themselves. Vague coming around. Wally going for the flank. And it looks like Wally will probably be able to take it, too. Right behind Nintendo.
Oh,
but no, Wally gets taken
taken
down. Vague trying to figure out where Nintendo's going to come out for it. Assuming the flank. Assuming it looks correctly. But doesn't quite see the flick in time. Nintendo, perfect timing on the 180.
It's already on match point. Matrix may be able to take this one out.
Match point, game point. We are looking at... Well, we're really looking at where Matrix shines, honestly. They get that coordination going in for the bomb. They going again for that hard push, though. It looks like you're commenting about strategies, Niberia. They're going for that first one. Try that same strategy over and over until it stops working.
I love this. They just rushed for A immediately after knowing what happened last round. They were expecting... They thought that Merciless would be expecting a slower round, and they were. So they thought that the rush would be able to catch them off, but unfortunately, they just haven't been getting the gunfights off the back of it. So now... Matrix are down 2 versus 3, but Cozy and Nero are doing a decent job of keeping themselves up.
Indeed, Nero is taken out, though. Raballo looks like they're holding onto a Cozy, the last one left, but still, there's multiple rounds left. Wally sneaking up on Cozy to end the round, making sure that Merciless GG isn't going to lose too hard. Although, one thing I want to point out about that round...
was not the best idea.
Not exactly, but I do like the fact that Shadow held back a bit, like waited a bit for the rest of their team to clear out the area before going into plant. I can kind of see where they were going with that, and possibly seeing if they could, if the opposing team was just going in on point A hard, then quickly go over to point B.
Flutter's going to be looking to try and cover point B here, try and get some snipes down before the action starts. Taking another slow round around the courtyard. Flutter needs to be very careful.
And I think they are being fairly careful. They've got a reasonable position there. I'm not sure where Abuse is. I'm not sure they're sure where Abuse is.
Cozy's been taken down already, so.
Oof. And Flutter in a firefight with Wally. Shadow going in to take them out, but Shadow being taken out in the process. Flutter does not manage to get any kills.
Wally might just be able to clutch this one out. 9-8 now will this round.
And a perfect ace in order to prove it. Oof. I mean,
still
it's
match
close.
point.
Still match point.
Matrix need to reset.
Yeah, if they can do that, then they win.
More important than just winning this round, they need to chill. Recenter and make sure they don't tilt themselves out of the win.
I mean, I don't see that happening, though. This is another aggressive push on a point A. Flutter goes down immediately to a grenade, but Shadow getting the trade kill on Wally. Probably a good choice on trade kill. Abuse is still at large, but Vague is about to go down. Raballo is forced back as well. Vague heavily in the open. Raballo, however, great support from the window. Opening things up, Abuse taken out in the process, but that is fine because it evens out match point. So there is the opportunity for Merciless GG to bring this back.
Oh, and switching sides. That's so bad. For both teams, they're going to have to be caught off guard. It's basically who can adjust faster to their new position. I'm going to expect a rush, and it looks like they're going to do just that.
Not just that, Merciless GG seem to have a bit of a stronger time on the offense. Like, it feels like it's easier on this map for Merciless GG to go for the offense than it is for Matrix to go for the defense. It's just,
yeah.
Rabalo, however, seems to be very indecisive about which point to actually go for, and the rest of the team alongside them trying to cover, but finally we're seeing, looks like probably point B from a weird angle. Oh, but they get spotted. No, they don't get spotted out. That's across the way. They don't get spotted out. They do get spotted out eventually. Shadow taking them out, starting out strong, but gets taken out in turn by Wally.
But it's a 4 versus 3 at this point. They can afford to take this slow for Matrix. Vega has picked the bomb back up at this point.
Pretty
now they're
much.
trying to go for the push.
Well, there's
Plant's
Vega
coming
going
out
for the plant.
already.
Oh, Vega gets taken out during the plant. Louise was trying to defend them, but it did not work out. Flutter trying to find their angle to go in on. Gets Louise with a revolver. Wally's the last one left. Wally has to take this in order to maintain the tournament presence, or at least maintain this round presence. Otherwise, this match is over. This game is over.
Wally is so low. Gets
And
dinged out
Wally-
the regen. Nintendo gets taken down.
Oh my goodness! Wally clutches that, gets the point reset. We have a tie. Matrix has to fight for real on firing range, and they were so close to just taking it 2-0.
That was the clutch of a lifetime there from Wally. Just absolutely ridiculous at that point.
Well, that's how it goes sometimes. These things, like, yeah, I got it. It's usually what I find oftentimes is you'll see players win like the first few rounds, and then again, games in general, players win the first few rounds, and then momentum will shift, and at the very end it shifts back, and that's exactly what we saw. Merciless GG had a few good early rounds, and then Matrix started out pretty strong, but then Merciless GG seemed to come in guns blazing, and Matrix eventually was able to find their footing, but couldn't quite clutch it. And that's such a common thing.
We'll see if they're able to bring it back in the third and final match of the night. Matrix, Merciless, both tied up 1-1, and it's going to be firing range that decides it.
But before that, we're going to have the same ad we've had several times, because we have the one ad. So watch this ad again. Try to memorize it. Maybe sing along.
Do you have what it takes to compete against the best in the world? The best in the world. Can you make it to the top 100 in your region? How about the top 5% on your favorite console? Find out by competing on the most competitive platform in the world. DrBattles.com is where competition lives.
DrBattles.com, where competition lives.
All right, welcome back to the Call of Duty Mobile North American Pro League Season 1. We have me, Dominic, along with him, Niberia, and them, the teams that are playing, which in this case are Matrix and Merciless GG. As we move on to the tiebreaker round, or match, of their particular engagement. We gotta sort out terminology here.
Yeah, we'll get there. That last one was a nail biter, to say the least. But
yeah, no, I'm bleeding from my fingers.
But this time, I think Matrix need to make sure that they don't take this as, well, let's be what it is. That's pretty demotivating. It's a little bit demoralizing to lose when you're that close, but it's so important, especially in these long series, to not let it get to you. So we're going to see if they're able to mentally reset between these rounds and see especially how the strategies adapt of both of these teams onto firing range, because we've seen strong series from both of them so far. And on standoff, Matrix proved themselves to be incredibly good at setting up snipes to shut down angles so that they can make a rotation. Meanwhile, on Raid, it just felt like Merciless GG every single time were able to adapt to any play that Matrix were able to put out and just barely clutch it out in the end.
But that was barely, though. That was very close. And it's worth noting that while that was very close on map 1, we just had, I think it's 10-6, I want to say, in favor of Matrix.
Yes. Somewhere around there. 10-6, 10-7, one of those two.
Yeah, so firing range will probably be in their favor again, because again, it is an area that it's a bit wider, a bit more open. Although it kind of feels like an in-between between the two, honestly.
A little bit, yeah.
This K is off to the
But
side.
I mean, even then, if you're just going to be purely mathematical about it, in between is somewhere like 10-8. So, because it was such a close match last time.
Yep. So Matrix 10-8. That's what we're saying.
I think that's the safe prediction.
Fair enough.
But I'm ready to be proven wrong.
I mean, as am I. As long as someone wins with 10 points, I will be satisfied.
If that doesn't happen, I'm going to be a little bit worried.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm sorry. It's how does game work? How do points work? I thought that was a rule of this. How do game? It's an important question of our time.
How I'd like to talk to every admin from now on of a tournament. Excuse me, I'm just wondering, how do game?
It's just.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, these players are doing game. They're certainly trying.
Yep, Merciless on the offensive this time. Going to be going for a quick rush onto B. Oh, and they immediately give a snipe on a Nintendo. Not going to be able to hold that position quite well enough, but the grenade comes out as the answer. Relentless in a little bit of a rough spot right now. 3-3 so far.
Well,
Matrix going to have to try and defend this one with their 2 remaining members.
3-2. Oh, the bomb plant does not go well. Abuse heavily damaged as well, but that bomb plant needs to happen sooner or later. Abuse, however, gets that back. Nero's the only one left. Though Nero, they have clutched this out before, and they are in a position to clutch it out again. Abuse needs to plant that bomb sooner. No, Abuse doesn't even care. They're not even going for it. They're just figure, you know what? I need to win this firefight or I'm going to just lose. And they are right, and they are right to think so.
Yep, Abuse able to find that one. Gets down a little bit too close. Too close for comfort for me right there.
A little bit. Nero shooting the sky. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. Although as historically accurate as it may be to fire your guns away from another human being, since it's difficult to kill another human being, and military training largely focuses around getting over that fear, Nero clearly did not go through that training and decided the sky was the better target.
I do really wish there were a mechanic, though, where if you shot into the sky, eventually the bullets would come back down.
That would be cool.
Not like one shot, maybe, but like chip damage at least.
Yeah.
That's what we can hope for with the next generation of consoles.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that they would come down like a kilometer later. So it's these maps are pretty small for that.
Yeah, just a little.
I think Arma does that, though.
I'm not surprised. What doesn't Arma do?
Have a very simple and easy to get into interface.
Fair point. Fair point. And now, Matrix 4-2. Luis, the last one standing, not going to be able to find the plant. And that's going to be Matrix picking up their first map so far. Tying up 1-1.
Yeah, it's a Matrix on the board. But again, they are kind of the favorite to win going into the last round, so they are definitely having a bit of a tough time. It seems like they're getting to recenter themselves, but again, it's not them on the offense. It's them on the defense. It's them on the shooting their opponents until their opponents can't plant a bomb, which has actually been happening. I mean, we saw Luis try to plant a bomb and not get it. Raballo now being the bomb planter. And that's working out a bit better.
Yeah, they weren't quite able. So my problem here was that Matrix were holding the angle, expecting this exact approach, and then they didn't get the firefight that ensued.
Right. And that means that now Flutter is on their own and the bomb has been planted.
Yeah, at that point, you have nothing left because you've lost someone for nothing. They did get the trade, but the ensuing firefight just really did not work out for them. Flutter going to try and find a kill here. Will catch one.
Does not catch two, though. Oh, gets Abuse too.
Oh!
They have time, actually. They're going for the defuse. Oh, but they're being followed. They must know it. And they don't. Yep. They don't think about that. Vague takes them out. Well, Flutter is
close.
Flutter, yes, close. I mean, Flutter definitely is in a good position to set that up, but I feel like Abuse is really just helping bring this back. Like, we saw them several times already going for that shot on Flutter. Not quite managing to get the headshot, mind you, but still getting a good, scary shot.
Oh, that was a great rotation there from Matrix. Doing a beautiful job. Rotating from the B. They were assuming it was going to be another rush, but they saw from the scout from Flutter that they were going to be rotating down towards A, and the entire team made it down, got the pick, then followed it up with two more, and now they have the advantage here.
Yeah, Raballo trying to find some opportunity to get to the bomb. Trying to take out someone in the process, but not managing to find anyone. Godsley does go down. So they do have one. There's 2 and 3.
2 versus 2 now.
2v2 indeed. Nero goes down too. So now it's Nintendo and Flutter trying to hold the line. Raballo looking to grab point B, but there is the rotation coming in from Nintendo. Not so much from Flutter. Flutter's just trying to play it safe. But there's the plant.
Angle here that you can play down.
Yep, there's the plant though. Flutter knows they got to go where they got to go. Grabbing in. Oh, great, grabbing an AR instead. Not going for that sniping play anymore.
No, it looks like they're going to go for the flank. They're able to pick off one, and it just doesn't matter. Nintendo takes 2. It's just the casual spray down of your teammate.
Yeah, no, it's just they're just saying hello. It's just how you greet people in the army.
I feel like that could be like another, like a mob euphemism, like sleeping with the fishes. Oh, we're gonna give them the Call of Duty hello.
Yes, that's. I mean, you see that a lot though. It's definitely mob movie thing. Isn't that like there was a part in the middle of the Godfather, one of the Godfather movies that had it like a 5 or 6 person Call of Duty hello, if I recall correctly.
I do kind of wonder at some point if the mob themselves actually just started picking up more phrases. Just because of that, they're like, hey, sleeping with the fishes. This is kind of fun. Let's do more. Socializing with the wombats.
What is that? What they hang upside down by your legs until you just
sure they don't
exposure?
I like to believe that they come up with the name first and then they figure out what action
How to
maps
kill
to it.
someone that way later.
You know, just like they're flying with the kangaroos now. Then they figure out how they get their victim onto a trampoline and then shoot them midair.
And somehow have that kill them.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. I mean,
No,
very
playing
inventive.
soccer with the kangaroos, because the euphemism for when the kangaroo guts you with its feet.
All right, there you go. We
Yeah.
figured it out.
It's very much the Australian
I'm
mob,
playing
but
soccer with a kangaroo right now.
oh no, but the Australian mob is football with a kangaroo.
Oh yeah,
Or just rugby.
cranky.
Not necessarily with a kangaroo, just rugby.
Yeah, it's just rugby.
Not as a
He's playing
euphemism.
rugby.
Yeah, just playing rugby. That's how you kill people.
That's deadly enough on its own.
Yeah, pretty much. No euphemism required. Though, speaking of full contact sports, we have Raballo being just next to their team, make sure they don't get contact with an enemy. And actually, really, honestly, Matrix finding no contact with their opponents. Took out Vague, but the rest of the team, they're completely the other point. Matrix, I don't know
Vague
where
was
they were
sort of
going.
on a solo mission to take out as many as possible and was able to find like 2 or 3 there. You see if Flutter can find the follow-up snipes here.
Nope.
Not gonna be able to get
Flutter
it.
gets shot dead.
Himself. Yeah,
Although
Luis was ready on that one.
Yeah, the Revenge Rover comes in here. Luis keeping Nintendo from attacking too quickly as Wally goes for that flank. There's the trailer flank I wanted to see in the last round, or last series. It's that exact flank, and it finally worked out. We finally saw it. Wally, good job. Took the round for your team.
Well done from them. Now we're going to hopefully see a little bit of a change up in strategy, but at the same time, looks like Abuse and Flutter are just both going to be going on the trying to find the long angle snipes at this point.
And
But Abuse not going to be able to find anything. That push was shut down already by Matrix, so they're going to have to regroup, try and figure out their new strategy. But it looks like they're going to use their man advantage here in the south side of the map. Oh, but it won't matter because they lose one again. It's a 3 versus 3.
Oh, you say that.
Already-
Abuse goes down too. Flutter looking to take out Luis, and a good body shot would have done it right there, but they missed it. Nintendo, however, goes down in the process. But it's still Raballo and Luis, and Raballo in the middle of a firefight trying to find their way to point B, as point A is clearly the well-defended. Oh no! Are they going to point A? Point A is the defended one. So Raballo's marching to their death, it looks like. Oh, no, never mind. I have to look at that. There's a rotation coming in now. Oops.
There's the rotation from Matrix. Shadow going to get a few pops off. Not going to find any damage yet. Luis incredibly low. But Shadow has to reload. Had to be really careful. Great spray down. Not going to have enough health to even win it, though. Luis and Raballo in 2 versus 3 at this point. The bomb hasn't been planted yet, though, so they can just stall this one out.
Well, they are going for it. There's the plant. Luis does not want to get stalled out, but is basically forced to go for the unsafe plant, and with that, Matrix again takes the lead.
Yeah, all you have to do at that point is just wait until they're planting the bomb and just pop a few shots at them, because they have two choices at that point. They either try and return fire and stop dying, or they die. And
Yes.
either way, you win because you're stopping the plant at that point. So really, you have to look at your errors a little bit lower. That's okay. Good. I was watching Shadow throw a grenade, and the indicator was on the wall, and I thought he was just going to toss it right there. Not
So,
quite
you know
gonna
what? Yeah, playing baseball with the Grenadiers.
happen. Yeah. Perfect. We got another mob saying.
Yeah!
Oh my god, that was a beautiful spray down from Shadow, popping Luis from halfway across the map.
Well,
Now it's Vague on a solo mission.
it's Vague on a solo mission, and they're, despite the name, very specific, but also very much flanked. Did not see Shadow in the background, which, again, also very appropriate.
Yes. Matrix up 5-3 now. One more round at the moment for each side. So I want to see what the last offensive measure from Merciless is going to be at this point. Looks like they're going to go for almost a full rush on to A.
And I can't say I disagree.
Oh,
well,
no.
I kind of disagree because A has been the better defended point. I mean, the rush worked once,
Yeah.
but A has been historically the better defended point. Although, nice spray off there. Still, Rabalo and Vague, the only ones left. That spray down did not leave no trade. And Abuse is down. Rabalo's the only one left. Cannot really plant the bomb safely. And with that, we have the switch off going. We have the switch off happening with a 6-3 advantage in favor of Matrix. They only have to win 4 assaults.
Yes, but we've seen before how difficult a task that really can be. So I wouldn't count Merciless out just yet, but it looks like Matrix already had their plan in play. They're going to go straight for the B rush as all 5 members. They can get there probably before anyone's even there to defend at this point.
Yep.
They do. Wally gets taken out.
Oh, Wally gets taken out, but
Straight
Shadow
bomb.
also gets taken out. The bomb does not get planted. Shadow was just about to plant it, too. If they had, they would have had cover, but Flutter at least able to defend. Having set up on point B means that the entirety of Merciless is going over to point B, and Flutter knows it and taking full advantage of it. Godsley getting that plant down.
2 at this point.
It's 2v2. Thanks largely to Flutter just taking out everyone assaulting. But now Flutter goes down in the process. Godsley has to be careful, make sure that defuse does not happen, but also trying to make sure they're not being flanked.
Gotta stall it out as best you can at this point. If you're Godsley, you just have to stop them from defusing.
Oh,
Everything
no,
else is secondary. Oh, there's
I
the
agree,
defuse.
but there's the defuse. Abuse gets taken out for it. I was thinking, oh, Godsley, no, why did you reveal yourselves? That means they're going to go for you. But no, that doesn't happen. That still doesn't matter. The Robalo takes it.
Oh,
Successful
no.
defense. Yeah, successful defense coming in here from Merciless GG. Very close, too, though. I mean, Godsley just about had that.
It was just the issue was just defending after they'd pushed into the point. They left themselves open to too many angles and just got picked off one by one. They were getting trade kills, but at a certain point, trade kills are so much worse for the defending side.
I mean, once you get to the point where you don't have... If you have one player left, you can't defuse.
Right.
And if the bomb is out, it's just a matter of time. That being said, with the bomb being taken out, Shadow going over to point A, and Nero managing to, along with Nintendo, help support that. Flutter coming in here, tries to go over Flick on Luis, does not manage it, but it doesn't matter. Luis and Wally, the only ones left on their team while the bomb has been planted.
That was a really solid early plant from them, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. The flank coming in is so successful. Luis incredibly low, but it doesn't matter. Unless they're going to be able to get this kill right here. Nintendo tries to go for it. Luis low. Nintendo gets taken down. There's the defuse again. Second time in a row that Matrix have been shut down on this aggressive push.
Honestly, I think Matrix is being... I think you're right about Matrix kind of losing their nerve, because if you look at this match, I mean, Matrix, they have 2 times in a row gone in a position where they have the advantage for time, and their opponents go for the defuse, and, I mean, the first time we saw Abuse get taken out during the defuse step, but even then, it still felt like Godsley exposed themselves. This time around, Nintendo just exposed their position way too quickly, and made it trivial for the opponents to know, oh, just wait. Like, don't even go for the defuse until well after. Just go for the kill. So that information fight is always crucial.
Oh no, bomb carrier down.
Bomb
Shadow
carrier's
gets picked off in the
second
building.
down. Flutter and Shadow both down. Nintendo maybe trying to go for it. They're in position to go for it. as is Godsley, but it's 2v3, or 2v2, sorry, 1v3 now. 0v3, as the defense just works out beautifully. Merciless GG back. They've tied up this match. I mean, they tied up the series completely.
Get a point. Yeah, Matrix have yet to get a point on the offensive.
And not only have they yet to get a point, it's the momentum. It's so far in favor of Merciless GG that, like, really, it could be it's 4 rounds either way, potentially, but Merciless GG I almost feel more confident for right now.
A little bit, but that was a really good spray down there in the middle of that point. Not going to be able to find a whole lot from it, however, because they get shut down. They're just, everyone has a full view of this angle. And now it's going to be a 1 versus 3, and I don't think it's possible here for Flutter to take it, especially as a sniper. You're going to have so much trouble. Why the gun swap came out, but there's going to be one.
Yeah,
They're
but
caught on the angle.
Abuse is still going to be an absolute terror to deal with for Flutter. Looks like Abuse is not quite in the right position, but they're very close. They're just keeping that eye open. Flutter, on the other hand, back to the sniper. Trying to find what they can. It's still 37 seconds. I mean, again, the advantage is still in favor of Merciless GG for time.
Time's almost up.
30 seconds remaining. They have basically a 50-50 shot to figure out which side Flutter wants to flank from at this point.
And Abuse is making the right choice right now. It's all a matter of time, and Abuse doesn't see... Oh, Vague might see it. Vague sees it, doesn't call it. Does take the firefight. 3 rounds left for Merciless GG to pull out a reverse sweep.
Matrix really need to figure out a way to defend these points after they get on. The problem so far has been that they get onto these points beautifully. Fantastic job. But once they're there, they get picked off one by one. So they need to find a more efficient way for them to get onto the points and then defend them. At this point, I feel like they should start defending them from outside the point, because when they stay in them, they're getting gunned down one at a time. But if you can stay out and defend the approach to the point, you might be able to make it.
They seem to have that idea too, but it didn't quite work out. I mean, the idea was clearly there. The idea seemed sound, but Shadow still got taken out in the process of trying to do that. And now Nero again, it's a 1v2, and they don't make it. 2 rounds left potentially for Merciless GG to take this on the defense. This is kind of what I was afraid of, honestly, that Matrix just did, I mean, they actually got a decent position on the defense, so maybe not so much, but still, Shadow, actually, honestly, the thing is, my main criticism is Shadow, it's a bit late now because it's kind of been obvious, but Shadow was frequently trying to deploy the bomb without going prone behind the target, so they didn't take advantage of the cover and kept getting killed.
Need to switch up the strategy this time. I'd like to see a slower push from them, actually, because so far these rushes work out for a few seconds, but then end up getting punished. This time, not punished just yet. I say that.
As you say that, it actually worked. Well, it was a slower play. It was a slower play. Shadow kind of went on their own as a split push, and that worked out, putting Matrix back on the board, giving them a bit of a shot back at this match.
I'm thinking maybe one of the strategies that they can employ is if they have everyone push towards the point, but have someone stop the expected angles of the defense. That might work out better here for Matrix, so that you can get a pick off before there's even a fight. But instead, they get sniped out on the approach by Abuse, and Raballo gets another kill. So this is 2 versus 5 right now for Matrix. This should be match point.
1 versus 5. Nintendo's the only one left, flanked on all sides, trying to find cover, but simply cannot. We are onto match series point, match game point series point in favor of Merciless GG. They've really pulled themselves back into this, and honestly, one more defense, which at this point seems like it's just about trivial. Abuse knows exactly what they're doing in the snipes. The angles are extremely well covered. Shadow, curious where they're going to go, and Godsley gets taken on immediately. Shadow goes into point B again. Now we do have a 4v4 at this point. Nero going for the cover, so they are at least defending a little bit. Shadow gets that, gets the prone planting. Finally, point B gets taken by Shadow.
I think this was the good play here, especially from Nero, because once they got onto the plant, Nero immediately went around to the side where he knew the angles were from people who would approach this site. Immediately got a kill from that exact angle. Knowing where they're gonna come from and preemptively firing down that angle was their key to success in this round, and I want to see them pull it off again. Still match point, still in favor of Merciless GG, but it's 9-8. It's anyone's game.
Absolutely is, but they've got to pull that off twice, and that's going to be tricky. We do see the attempt, though. Nero once again going over the front, but now there's a bit more preparation coming in. Nero needs to win this firefight. Shadow also going for the firefight, but gets taken out immediately. Godsley, however, does survive a bit longer this round than last round. So we're still in a 4v4 situation. Well, a 4v3 now with Nintendo down. Nero looking to try to find some
3v3
angle to come in on. As we are now down to a 3v2, Abuse is also gone. Flutter might be able to find a good snipe angle to come in, and does indeed. Vague is the only one left in the team, and they've got this 1v3. They are on defense, and they do not manage it. 9v9, tied up completely. Match point, game point, series point, swapping attack defense. Now Matrix once again on the defense.
2 games in a row, we have had it go to 9-9. These teams are so incredibly closely matched. It's all up to this one. Can Merciless GG find the offensive they need to get the win?
And that is going to be a very good question. We saw before that the defense worked out very well. It was 6-3 the first time we had Matrix doing defense in favor of Matrix. So I think Matrix is a really good shot here. Although it's 5v4 coming out, and again, this is for all of the marbles. So Matrix on the 5v4, this is it. They're still in a tough spot. Flutter set themselves up trying to get what scouting they can.
Heavy push trying to be here. Nero trying to fight it out. Looks like
Rebala.
Matrix is in a whole lot of trouble, though. Only 2 members remaining. Everyone's still alive from Merciless GG.
Oh! Perfect, near perfect ace as Merciless GG takes it 10-9, 2-1, wins the series. Super close, but Merciless GG pulls it out in a reverse sweep. And that is that. Well done to Merciless GG.
Beautiful, beautiful series from them. After losing momentum so much on standoff, not really looking like they had their footing, they were able to come out with a scrappier style and catch every single time Matrix went for a rotate, they would catch one of them out.
And that was...
It wasn't down to the sniper battles anymore. After Raid happened, the sniper battles were about 0% of it. But Abuse was still able to get picks off on the rotate, as was Wally. And that was what gave Merciless GG the edge.
And that just carried them through, because remember, it was 6-3 when the first side swap happened in favor of Matrix. Yeah. And then the momentum just stopped for them.
Well, yeah, because Matrix weren't able to find the offensive. They weren't able to find a strategy early enough that was able to get them effective wins. They kept going, okay, let's try this rush. Let's try this rush. Let's try this rush. And it never worked out for them because they were getting caught off and punished as they rotated around. Eventually, they did figure it out, and that is how they brought it up to 9-9, that if you preemptively stop them from cutting you off on the rotate, after you've planted, if you immediately move to where they're coming from, you can realistically get a few shots off, maybe get a kill or 2. And that worked great for them, but ultimately, in the end, they just could not pull it through. It wasn't enough.
Well, with that, Merciless GG takes it 2-1, and of course... Also, we saw earlier Tribe taking it 2-1, so those are the teams coming in with a bit of an advantage this time around. And that is going to be it for us for today. So, just a reminder, this is a $1,500 prize pool. Pro League starts. North America started today. Europe happened about a month ago, and there's going to be a playoff at the end of March, which I believe is based on standings in this basically season section. So we will be back tomorrow with the next 2 games. The next 2 games will be between, let's see, we have the schedule right here for this week. The next 2 games will be Omen and Status Quo and CBX and Infinex. Those are the teams that we have not yet seen. So that's tomorrow, same time around, 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 11 Pacific Standard Time. That's 9 if you're in Hawaii. And we will be back with that. So until then, have a good night. I believe we'll have another commercial, and then we'll go on to just some music to play us out. So thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Do you have what it takes to compete against the best in the world? The best in the world. Can you make it to the top 100 in your region? How about the top 5% on your favorite console? Find out by competing on the most competitive platform in the world. DrBattles.com is where competition lives.
DrBattles.com, where competition lives.